We are back with another podcast episode for you guys today. And if you're on YouTube right now, things look a little bit different.
A little different.
Not just because Brad is rubbing his back on a lawn chair like he's a bear scratching himself against a tree, but because we are in a new place. Pretty cool. Full circle moment. Wow, Brad is really not.
How long do you think I can do this for?
It's like that lady walking down the street earlier.
A year ago today, I met Rachel Coop for the first time, and exactly a year later, we just closed on a house, and this is where we are recording today. Very cool that it happened. We're here in the master bedroom. Brett's scratching and oscillating away.
Full circle.
We'll also remember a year from now, we'll say this was the day a year ago when Scott lost his absolute mind at a cicada being near him. How would you describe what you saw 15 minutes ago, Brad?
Let's do suspense with the theme music and then come back into the story.
Ooh, when do you think the theme song should start?
Do the line again about the suspense or the lost his mind, and then we'll play the music.
Scott lost his mind.
It's like clickbait.
From a cicada.
From a cicada?
Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
And we're back.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, so we made the walk over.
Yes.
Quick trivia question for you guys. From driveway to driveway, how many steps is it from the new house?
I did not pay attention, so
to Brad's house. I walked it off earlier today.
From driveway to driveway or door to door?
Driveway to driveway. How close are we?
Front of the driveway?
Yeah, please clarify some things.
It's the quickest point from driveway to driveway.
Okay,
so it's like my corner to your corner.
Tip to tip.
I think that's how Magellan measured most of his
60,
conquest.
I'm a size 12 and a half, 68 feet.
Okay, these are in size 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Shoes,
70,
5'10" steps.
77.
77.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott.
132.
132. Brad Ellis, you are a smart man.
132, my gosh.
You act like
even with Brad Ellis short strides.
Yeah.
Correct answer was 83.
Okay.
We are so close.
We are so close.
83
brother.
steps away from driveway to driveway.
That's amazing.
It is so cool. It's really starting to set in. And yeah, we're here. We just closed on the house this afternoon. Now we're here. I thought it'd be fun to just go. I haven't been home all day. I left, had a full work day. Tuesdays are the craziest days. Went straight to closing, straight to this house, Brad's house for supper. And then now we're back here. Scott gets to join for the first time in a few weeks. And it's so fun. We're so close.
You guys just closed today?
Yeah. Closed this afternoon.
For some reason, I thought you closed like a couple weeks ago. That's wow.
Just got the key like a few hours ago.
That is a freaking full circle, baby.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Yeah, exactly a year later, the day I met Rachel, we're closed on the house. Which I need to address something really quick. We got some comment, which sometimes I feel weird, like publicly addressing one single comment. But sometimes I feel like if one person commented it, there's probably a lot more people who didn't, but were thinking it. Someone was like, "So wait, Jake bought this house and him and Rachel are going to live in it before they're married. I'm disappointed."
Oh, really?
So I commented and I said, first of all, thank you for being happy for us. Second of all, at this exact timestamp, I said I will not be living there until we're married.
Well, you brought the receipts.
Well, I figured I might as well. I mean, if the receipts are there, I might as well show them and make it easy for them. Like, look, it's been said.
Sure.
It's in the scriptures, basically. So just want to I guess, go over that. Yeah, Rachel's going to live here for the time being. And then when the time comes, when the bells start ringing, this will be our house.
We go full circle.
Yeah.
Again.
It's like
an infinity.
What is that movie? Oh, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
It's a circle.
It has no points. It has no ends. It is a circle. Your love is like a circle.
Oh,
I think I saw that movie once, like junior of high school, but it really sat with me.
I quote that specific line more often than you'd think.
Do you remember any scenarios? It's a circle. Just anytime you're talking about a circle.
Anytime a circle shape comes up, like if we're doing shapes with Palmer, like
it's like a circle.
We're like, it's a triangle, that's a rectangle, and this is a circle.
But yeah, anyway, figured I would just address that, and yeah.
That's fair.
There's a plan in place and full steam ahead. It's going well. So
God's
this is Rachel's
plan.
house for now. And I kind of sucks. I don't get to live here yet.
I know,
She
right?
used to be your and Catherine's neighbor.
Maybe you could expedite the plan a little bit. And,
Let me just say
it's
this.
a circle.
It's a circle.
Here's what I'll say.
on her finger.
Well, I don't know how much to say publicly.
No, that's good.
Rachel, I don't need to say anything more. No, it's fine. Everything's going according to plan. It's great. We're all good. No, it really is. It's timing's great.
We had fun. We had fun at dinner tonight, and yeah, Rachel and Catherine were like jokingly like trying to figure out what parts of each other's houses they could see, so that Rachel could like put a sign out the window to like communicate with Catherine. Rachel's already joked about getting nitro in the
Nitro cold
house,
brew,
you know. So just great times. But yeah, as we were walking over here, so you went and picked up food for us tonight. Thank you for dinner, by the way.
I've supplied you 2 meals today, and
Yeah.
Scott supplied you a drink. Really,
A little sweeter than he wanted.
do you need Catherine? We could provide for you, and you provide for your family.
I do need Catherine. I think I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's going to do his laundry?
Yeah, really though.
Who's gonna undo his socks when they're inside out?
Dude, I folded clothes last night for us while watching Monday Night Football. Thank you very much. Every single one of her shirts was inside out.
Oh well, the washer and dryer can do that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? They can't do it to socks, but they can do it to shirts?
Seems tougher.
Yeah.
You think the washer dryer does makes them inside out?
Oh, for
Absolutely.
sure.
I put in right side out,
Sure.
right
We
side
get
out shirts
Right side is
all
a
the time, and
circle.
they come out inside out.
Yeah,
it. Really?
but a sock, no,
No.
I think that's way harder.
No, that would
Undies?
Yeah.
What are we talking?
Yeah.
Boxies, briefies, whiteys.
Boxy briefies.
Have I told you I've been thinking about switching?
To just briefs?
No, boxy briefs.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, you should.
I know a lot of people give me grief for
Are
still
you a
wearing
boxer
boxers.
guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
No,
I can't
yeah.
do that. Too much movement.
Right now, I will say I'm wearing bird dog. Whatever. This is not exciting. Whatever. Let's get to that. I really
Anyway.
enjoy the bird dog shorts. They have built-in liners, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like tight spandex. It's like
Uh-huh.
loose spandex.
Yeah, that's what I've been wearing for years, brother.
No, you're wearing like compression shorts.
No, I'm not.
Really? They're loose spandex?
Yeah.
It's comfy.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not a paid sponsor, but check out bird dogs.
Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway, we were going over here. We were walking over here. Our 83 steps, was it?
Yeah.
Rachel, Scott, and I were walking over here after dinner. And Jake was driving because you had picked up dinner. And I noticed this like bug on our doorstep, and I was like, "What is that?" So I kind of kicked it.
So you brought it over. So my house is fine. My house doesn't have bugs.
You're fine. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh
So
no,
I-
I transported this thing to your house.
I kicked it. Please, my podcast, you're giving away the ending. I kicked it, and it was Cicada, and it was upside down. Went right side up, just like a washer dryer can do to clothes, apparently.
Yeah, that's easy.
And it started flying, and it flew into our house. And Scott made some kind of hilarious noise. He was just like, "Shoot! Whoa!" And then Catherine just goes, "Fricker!" Literally, those are the words. We're not like cleaning it up for anybody. This is just how great and just innocent we are.
This is how we swear.
But like they were both like pretty spooked by it.
It
And
hit my hand.
It hit your hand.
It hit my hand.
Scott was convinced that he had smacked it back out into
Yes.
the wilderness. And Catherine was like, "I think it might still be in our house." I, in my head, thought, "Yeah, it's in our house
I thought it
somewhere."
was still in the house.
But I was
too.
like, "I don't want to mess with this too much." So we left. I was like, "Catherine's probably going to find this thing later, but it'll be fine." We're walking back 83 steps, and we're in your house. Everything's going great. Scott's taking a look around, hasn't been here yet. And yeah, just all of a sudden, Scott, take it away. Yeah. What happened?
Did a full tour of the house. I think we even started setting up a little bit in here. Walked back out in the kitchen main area, and I went to grab my phone out of my right pocket, and I brushed something on the crotch of my pants.
Yeah.
And-
Boxer briefs.
And homeboy Cicada was just hanging out on my pants for the
He's a
last
predator.
15 minutes.
And I'm trying to remember what word Scott used. I don't remember.
I think I said shiz.
Maybe you did. Yeah. Shiz. Oh, shiz. Shiz, dude.
Yeah.
Shiz, bruh.
And I swiped him off of my jeans, and then he was going berserk in the house. I mean, he was
Berserk.
Was he berserking?
He was,
I don't know.
he was berserking.
It's how a cicada acts. They buzz around. They're thick little boys.
Yeah.
And by now, I mean, this just happened 20 minutes ago, But I assume between now and when the podcast comes out, this has been posted on Instagram and Facebook. So you guys have seen the aftermath. You've seen the video of Brad going 3 rounds with the cicada and ultimately defeating it.
Yeah. So originally, so we were running all around the house. And I made some baseball music. I took off my sandal. And then I tried to swing at it a few times. Rachel was swinging at it with her like flannel shirt. And then we lost the cicada for a little bit.
Which real quick, classic Rachel. Today it was how hot was it in your car?
It said on my car 107 degrees.
And Rachel's
107.
got a flannel as like an over.
Well, she had a crew neck and a flannel.
Psychopath. Keep going.
Yeah. And so she was swatting at it with the flannel. And then the cicada left. And Scott and I both thought it flew in between her legs. Like it is underneath her skirt that she's wearing.
And Rachel's like, Brad, where is it? Get it.
Like we were both like Scott and I she's like, where'd it go? She's like threw me her flannel, like, hit it off me. I don't care. Like, just hit it off. And I was like, and then luckily it started like flying again.
Yeah, I think I didn't know how to verbalize it. So I think I just did the hand motion like this. I was like,
just you proctology, and so then all of a sudden, like it starts flying away again. And that's when I said, it's time. We've had enough with you, cicada. And I lunged towards that baby. Scott said I acted like a Mexican, like old,
like a Mexican
woman.
grandma.
She's like, boom, just nailing that thing with my sandal. Didn't stand a chance.
It's a beautiful sight. So it's been a great first night in the house. Very memorable.
That's what I do on a weekly basis by myself in Alice Custom Creations Woodshop. Like, so if you're ever just wanting some entertainment, just drive by. Anytime I'm working late at night, like because the light attracts all those bugs.
Oh
yeah, I remember when we did the podcast
June bugs,
in there.
Yeah,
that
cicadas, anything. Bring it on. Not phased. So anyway, good times.
I was phased.
Scott was definitely phased.
You were berserkerly phased.
I was
found a
snake in his pants.
Phase 10. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it was a good time. So this has been a big deal. I mean, I don't know what else is going on with you this week, but that was not anything as good as this.
Yeah, today's been a great day. Just a great day of jean short shooting. We got to film a couple fun videos. Girls Gone Mild, went straight to closing. Got a really fun phone call. I'm not gonna like announce it quite yet, just because things haven't been signed. It's not official.
Sure.
But an amazing opportunity has come Trey and I's way with the golf content. Like, just it's crazy. We have 10,000 subscribers. We have basically no, like footprint whatsoever in YouTube. We've been golfing for a month on YouTube. I've only been golfing for 15 months total, and this brand has reached out. It's the craziest partnership I will ever be a part of, or up to this point.
Yeah. Up to this point.
So I'm very excited to hopefully announce that someday. So it's been a very good day. And quick little story about the closing. So Rachel and I, because Rachel ended up co-signing on the house just because she has a great credit score, done her to have like more income on it, whatever. And so Rachel's at signing, Peter shows up too. And we're with some woman I've never heard. She works for like the lending company, I guess. Luke couldn't make it.
Linda.
Linda the Linda. Yeah, that's good. And anyway.
Do you like that?
Just got it.
That was a 2 out of 10, Scott.
Let's call her Mortgage Linda. It's great having Scott back.
Yeah, it is.
Something that you and I would not even crack a smile at.
Like Linda.
Scott's like, yes, that's good.
Linda, dude. This guy, man, making me laugh since kindergarten, man.
If it involves a New England accent.
Yeah.
Hey, Linda.
What's the API? So right when she goes to start, she's like, now before we start, do you guys have any questions? This? Oh, this was Mortgage Linda.
Yolinda. Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was my Linda, not Yo Linda.
Not Yo.
Oh, not Yolinda.
Not Yolanda.
Melinda.
How many more times is Scott gonna go?
Melinda. Melinda was kind of funny.
It's Melinda, not Yolinda.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's like, before we start, what happened?
No, nothing. I'm just trying to think of one more to do, and I'm just the anticipation of making Scott laugh one more time is making me laugh. Go ahead.
Okay, pull yourself together.
Yolinda.
Pudding. She's like, before we get started, do you have any questions? And I was like, I don't know if it's bad to not have any questions, but I'm ready to just sign. I don't know. I don't know what to even ask. Let's just do this. She's like, okay, great. She's running us through it. She's going through. We're like 10 minutes into it, and it's just all stuff is like, I've done nothing but DocuSign the last 2 weeks. I have DocuSigned my face off. I mean, every like 2 hours.
Double click.
Yeah, Luke's like, hey, just say something, you can sign it.
Adopt and sign.
DocuSign, adopt and sign. And so I'm like, fascinated. You still have to go in and sign this. It's like everything else is cool to do over the internet, but this part, whatever. So it's like I don't have any questions at this point. We're like 10 minutes into it, and I have one little question about something. I was like, oh, can you just explain this to me? And she's like, she says it really quick. She goes, I know you're Virgo, you're gonna have questions. And I go, sorry? She goes, I knew when I saw your birthday and you were a Virgo, that you were gonna have some questions.
Yep, inquisitive Virgos. That's what they say on the horoscope.
And I looked at Rachel and she looked at me, and I feel like she knew Jake's not gonna let this go. And I didn't. And I go, oh wow, that's interesting. I was like, Virgos are like the only people on their closing day that ask questions. Because what I like to do is make them admit it. I want to hear them say what they've just insinuated to me. So it's like, wow, that's interesting. Virgos are the only people who ask questions. And then she just doubles down. She goes, yeah. I was like,
I like it.
Props to you.
Good for you, Melinda.
She stuck with it. Yeah.
Gemini's quiet as a mouse.
Had a Pisces the other day. It was before signing, but no questions. Yeah, it was before we technically
Sagittarius, they just write their own contracts.
They don't even need me.
Yeah.
So that was a fascinating part of the closing. I was like, I was borderline shamed for asking one question on like the closing day. It's like, I don't know. Clearly, does anyone know what they're signing when they come in here? I can't be the only person that asks a question.
How long do you think those things like could take if you read them all?
That's the thing. It's like, I am just rapid firing, she's like, now if you want, I can go. I'm like, no, she's like, no, if need be, you could call it, nah, like sign. So like, I'm sure some people spend over an hour in there.
Oh, yeah. If you're reading all that stuff, well over an hour, right?
Yeah. I just couldn't believe. I feel like I didn't deserve what I got from her.
There's some situations where you really have to trust the goodness in people. Like I think signing contracts, auto shops. Like if somebody tells you you need to change your car and you don't know anything about cars, you're like, I really hope you have good intentions. But
first time being on a roller coaster.
Sure.
Yeah. Carnivals just in general.
Yeah. They could throw it. I mean, they could type in anything they wanted there and just assume people aren't going to read it.
Performing at a county fair.
Just trusting somebody's laughing back there.
Living in an area where cicadas are present.
Sure.
When I signed
Helium
papers, when I signed papers for our house, I just pretended I was like a professional athlete and I was just signing autographs for fans. I just was like,
oh yeah. As long as they're
going on a diet.
Lime.
As long as they're the same signature. I was a big fan of like.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like,
not setting an alarm.
Good. Are these your s'mores?
I don't know anymore. I think I've lost what the list was.
I don't even remember what it was either.
Yeah. We're loose in context.
Anyway, but it was a very fun experience.
The Virgo thing.
Yeah, it just bothered me. It was just a weird
let's
thing.
just like anytime Jake has any kind of quirky, like any quirky, anything that's kind of quirky, let's just be like, it's a Virgo thing,
Speaking of quirks, another thing I feel like I need to address from the public, or I would say the private, this week is not where the cicada was on Rachel, but different private or Scott. But this was, I made a little Patreon video because Rachel and I had like a really fun conversation in the car. And so I made a little Patreon video. It's called Whose Quirk Is It Anyway?
Okay.
Because I was like, did you see this or watch it?
No, I missed it.
Oh, okay, great.
I watched it.
Thanks, Scott.
I don't get the notifications.
The app is buggy.
It is buggy.
Cicady.
Buggy.
Buggy.
Pretty quirky.
Edgy.
Virgo.
Melinda. That was for Scott. Look at him go, dude. Look at him go.
Oh, he's got the feet up.
Feet are up.
We need a Scott cam one of these days.
Yeah. I really want to talk
about really Sky cam. We need a Scott cam.
Scott cam. It hangs from the ceiling.
It's just kind of
really weird angle.
It's like on a drone, like you get like a little $20 drone from the dollar store. All right, quirky, buggy,
quirky,
Patreon-y.
So anyway, Rachel and I have this like settle the debate for us, kind of this fun thing. We're laughing.
Yeah.
To open the video, I like am very joking. I'm like, first fight alert. And then we proceed to have a fun conversation where we're laughing. At one point, my sunglasses are just on sideways and I'm having like still trying to have this conversation. It's a very goofy video. And I would say like one in every like 8 comments where like people were like taking sides. Like, I'm team Rachel. How could you not be team Jake? Whatever. One every like 8 comments was like, guys, I hate to see you fight. Every couple goes through this. I've been
think
through
they
this
were serious?
myself. I don't know. People were like giving like legitimate feedback.
Because what if you're being sarcastic? They're being sarcastic back.
I mean,
I haven't read their comments, but
it was one of those things. You know what it reminded me of? Once
What?
upon a time, it was 2018. Juggling Josh and I collabed with a YouTube channel called Colin and Samir, which they didn't do what they do now. They were more of a sports like lacrosse channel back then. So we did a lacrosse video with them. And I'd been on Juggling Josh's YouTube channel. It had been Jake and Josh for 9-10 months at this point. We had 150,000 subscribers. Like people knew me. They liked me.
knew me.
They thought it was edgy, quirky,
Juggly.
juggly. Dude,
Parabolas.
no, I gotta stay focused.
Okay.
Uh,
No.
And so I gotta stay focused. And so
Just derail Jake all episode.
so Colin is a white guy. Samir, not only the name, but just visibly, clearly like an Indian man. And so I had this like ongoing joke, like today we're with Colin and Samir. Not only are they going to teach us how to throw lacrosse balls, today, by the end of the video, we're going to see if we can tell which one's Colin and which one's Samir. Just kind of this dumb little thing. And I called back to it 2 or 3 times. Like, I'm going to figure it out by the end of the video. And we got so many comments that were like, Jake, how do you not know? Just ask him.
It kills
How
you.
do you not know? I'm like, okay, if you didn't know I was being sarcastic there, why are you even a subscriber? Have you enjoyed anything I've said the last 10 months? And so it was kind of the same thing, right? I like replied to people. I was like, just FYI, like I probably, if this was a legitimate fight, my glasses wouldn't be sideways. I wouldn't be posting it to the internet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if this were a legitimate fight, you wouldn't talk
this.
about it.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be posting it being like, please choose a side for us. We desperately need, I've heard this is good for relationships.
Yeah, Catherine and I, we still do it sometimes, but it was an inside joke for the longest time. Like anytime we'd ever have any remote differences in front of other people, we'd be like, sorry you have to watch us fight like that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, that got
so you have to see
ugly.
us fight. You know, it was like, of course we're not really fighting.
I would never invite anyone else into something if it was a
If
legitimate
it was
issue.
it was not playful. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So yeah,
What was the
already said
argument?
quirks. So it was like it's happened a few times to us where like I will say something referencing something in the past, and then Rachel will like address what's already being understood. And so to me, I'm like, that's redundant. Like I'm already. So for instance, I said like I saw it was supposed to hail in Webster City again because the last time we were in that town, it hailed on us on the way out. And Rachel responds and goes, "Yeah, just like last time." And so what I'm saying, I was like, yeah, that's already been understood because I said the word again. Like it's already understood that, you know, and she's like, no, I'm like agreeing with you. And so it was just a really fun conversation.
Gotcha.
But what was fun is we brought it to her family and her mom who like works in like social work and is a counselor, her sister-in-law who's a counselor. They both said they're like, I think this is like it's like a professional thing you do. Like you cannot assume anything in therapy and counseling. Like you need to make sure you understand what they're saying. It's good to be an active listener. You get to repeat what they say. And so it's like, this totally makes sense. I totally see your side of it. And what was funny is Rachel's dad, Steve Coop, had a story. He's like, it's funny you bring this up. He's like, Angie and I got in the same argument probably 30 years ago. And I guess Steve made the comment when Angie would do this, he would say, "Don't social work me." And he's like, I should not have said that. He's like, I feel really bad that I said that. So then that was like our phrase the rest of the weekend. Don't go all social work on me. All right. So that was the big fight.
Gotcha.
So it was fun.
I hope you guys are okay now.
It was a little awkward at closing, you know, Virgo and Aries head to head, classic battle.
How it goes.
Yeah, it was totally fine.
Not on the same page, but just random frustration that I've been noticing a lot of people doing lately is 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 p.m. at night. Don't do that.
Oh, redundant.
Don't do it. Yeah. It's just redundancy. It made me think of that when you said like people are like, and it was 6 a.m. in the morning. He woke me up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, stop it. I know what 6 a.m.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen that as much. I got to start looking for that.
We just today we recorded a video where we used military time. Maybe we should just, he woke me up at 0600. Everyone knows what that is, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back to that.
Yeah. Like at the time we're recording this, it's 1,246 hours.
Holy cow.
No.
22:46.
Idiot.
It's okay. It's 10:46 p.m. at night.
I added 2 and I forgot to add 10. Stupid. I'm embarrassed. Can we start over?
Yes.
The whole podcast.
Let's start over real quick. I need to text somebody back real fast, actually, and I need to focus for like 30 seconds.
Ooh, what's it about?
Wow.
It's about we're having a house cleaner come to our house tomorrow. Guess what she's going to do?
Clean the house.
Yeah.
Dang it. That was a trick question.
No.
Like look
House
at
cleaners coming to our house. I just did to myself
I
on
thought it was
accident.
like look at a table or something. I don't
No,
know.
yeah.
Okay. I'll talk to Scott about golf then. You cool with that? Or do you want to be part of golf talk?
Yes. Three. He's thinking about getting a 3 wood.
Not what I was going to talk to Scott about.
Oh, okay.
Fire away, Jake.
Yeah. Well, 2 quick things about golf. One,
Yes.
you've been golfing. How long have you been golfing? 15 years? 20 years?
Probably about 18. I think I started when I was 13.
Nailed the window.
Pretty close.
Let me ask you this. What's the best way to, I'm having trouble wording something in the realm of golf. So we played it with Rachel's grandma this past weekend in like a scramble tournament at a golf course. And so there's Brad's back to itching that back.
It's not even itching the back. I just like moving. A
And
little
Grizzly
bit.
found a tree. And
So smug and arrogant.
there's a few things that happen at like these tournaments from time to time. There's like one, hey, hole 6 today is the longest drive. Hole 12 is going to be closest to the pin. For us, it was the very last hole was longest putt. And so I drive up and I see there's a stake in the ground. And so I'm happy to announce it because I'd forgotten about it. I was like, oh, guys, this is the longest putt hole.
Mm.
You see my dilemma.
This is the hole in which we do the longest putt
Okay.
Longest putt hole.
Mm-hmm. There he goes.
because it's kind of like puddle, right?
Yeah.
That's
It's
the
like a
joke.
small
Yeah.
body of water. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm putt hole jumping.
Putt hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Putt
Puddle
hole.
jumper.
Putt hole. So yeah, that felt weird to keep. And everyone's like, what? I was like, longest putt hole.
Putt.
Mm.
I just said it a few times. It was like the no tip story.
Let's have
Uh,
a putt hole.
Who's it gonna be? Can't wait to tell. But the other thing, hole 10 or whatever it was, closest to the pin, champion.
No way.
You're looking at him.
No
What
way.
was your prize?
So we didn't stick around because we wanted to eat.
Oh.
And Rachel's
no
grandma
food
was
there.
like, I'll check it out, later. And so one of those times I have to put my trust in other people. Is grandma going to secure the money? Was she honest with me with what the winnings are?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got to trust her.
Did she keep a percentage?
Did she take, kind of a finder's fee?
Oh,
She found the
yes.
tournament. She invited me. I believe the screenshot of the text that Rachel sent to me was the ampersand and then 120.
Oh,
So how much is that?
that seems like she clicked the wrong button and that's a $,
Good.
$120.
Way to lean into the joke. Way to lean into the joke. Just teasing. I was
Hey,
about to say
house
the same.
cleaners. It's not trick questions.
Scott's not going to be tricked today.
Yeah.
My guess
You're not gonna
is
pull a fast one on me.
like if you look at the QWERTY keyboard and
It's right next to the $.
Actually, it's 3 away.
whoa. Oh,
There's
iPhone
in
keyboard.
the texting.
iPhone keyboard.
Ooh, iPhone keyboard. Let's
Hold on.
producer Scott.
Yeah,
Hold on.
look it up.
Um.
So you won 120?
Yeah, it is exactly next to each other.
Checks out.
Exactly next to each other?
Exactly.
Okay, it's
next
exactly
door
next to each
neighbors
other.
like you two.
Yes.
Soon. Not right now.
We're not exactly next door neighbors though.
No.
So
Not until circle.
83 steps.
Full circle.
The circle.
And Jake's not moving in right away.
Please,
Yeah.
please, Scott.
They
I
are
clarified.
My
they're having
relationship.
too many fights.
My
Yeah.
relationship.
My house.
Uh,
My second
so
house.
yeah, I guess I won $120, which I feel like normally you win.
That's
like,
a good prize.
Yeah, I feel like you win like a $15 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card.
We got third in a tournament last week, and we got $15 to the pro shop.
Hey.
You have to give it back to the golf
Good for
course.
you.
Yeah,
And I bet there's a lot of things that are $15 below
Yeah,
the pro
you
shop.
I got a
get-
glove.
Oh, yeah.
You
That
get
has-
one club.
Has an American flag on 3 of the 5 fingers.
What does that represent on 3 of the 5?
Where were you on January
3/5
6th?
compromise?
Like making a birdie on a par 4, 3.
Mm,
Mm.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Oh, eagle, birdie. Eagle, the American eagle.
Yes.
I
bald
forgot there's
eagle.
also an eagle term in golf, so that's not it.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a
Okay.
bald eagle.
Bald
Yeah,
eagle.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
bald eagle. Bird.
Yeah. If you make an eagle on the 4th hole, July 4th, bald eagle. New
Yeah.
rule in golf.
Bald eagle.
You're welcome.
Cool. Jean short or not jean shorts. Mood swings still killing it.
Thanks. Yeah. Not too much has changed content wise or what we're doing, but
The dice was fun. Die.
Nice
Thanks.
dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
was a
hate when
fun
people say
video.
dice when it's just one die.
something that's kind of cool. And then we can move on from this. But I looked at my notes. So some people know Garrett Clark, big golf YouTuber, friends with him.
Is he pretty great?
He's good.
He's good. He's good.
No,
Yeah, he's pretty good. Good.
Very good.
but he and I used to meet all the time.
Old Johnny Pizza.
Yeah, right in the neighborhood.
Right?
Not yet for me. Not yet for me.
Hey!
Not yet.
My neighborhood.
My relationship.
My neighborhood.
It's a circle.
but I saw in like 2018 or something, I had a notes on my phone. It said like GM golf ideas because I was just like trying to help him grow and pitching him stuff. And one of the ideas said like the dice of not so nice. And then like 4 years
Ooh.
later, we just kind of switched and did nice dice. I had no idea that was written down. I looked at it later. I was like, that's kind of cool.
That is fun.
That who would have thought I would be doing it? I didn't even care about golf.
Talk about full circle.
It's a circle.
So many
Now
circles.
that is full circle. You need to do a not so nice dice or something like that. That'd be a fun alteration.
Yeah, kind of Trey and I's thought was like, if you're a good golfer, you like spin a wheel to get handicaps. Like this one, you only get one club. It's like Trey and I, we need help.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
it's more fun. And I think it's more relatable. Like this would be so nice. 300-yard drive, you just get it automatically.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, that still seems far for me. That shows you how not golfing.
What
I
a
am.
drive ball. You know,
Huh?
Yeah, isn't that what you call them?
Huh?
Drive balls?
Oh, is that what I said one time?
Yeah.
I had a good drive ball.
I was doing pretty good with the drive ball.
My drive balls were good, but my putt balls didn't go into the putt hole very well. So
That's honestly something I should have used in the
my
first time
drive ball?
golfer video is the putt hole.
Yeah.
Or like me and a guy. Oh, it would be so good if like, hey, we have the same putter. We're putt buddies. Thanks, Scott. There's a lot of things I couldn't.
Yeah.
Next time.
so many land of opportunity.
Anyway, I mean, wow, we are 30 minutes in and just haven't really talked about our weeks too much.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you?
Let me see here. Oh, not much. Let's see. What is it taking?
Did you get your cleaning ladies sorted out?
Yeah, I had forgotten that I already texted her back once. So my response the next time that I needed 2 minutes to respond with. My wife will be home. That was all
This
I
is
needed
pretty
to text.
late texting for the cleaning company.
Well, that's why I was like, I need to text her back right now. I
Yeah.
don't want to wait until
Is she coming in
1
from
a.m.
Hawaii or something, or is she in regular business hours, or is she central?
RBH,
Okay.
regular business hours. Yeah. Yeah, not a whole lot's going on. Like I talked about it last week where I was like, yeah, you getting back to the,
Hands getting a little sore. Handheld today.
it's kind of in a little bit of a drought in the past few weeks. And I feel like I don't have that much to report non-work wise because work has been a grind in a good way. I think I've been back on it a little bit more and getting things done, which is great. I did have a very short conversation with Catherine that I need your guys' help with.
Fight alert.
It might turn into one, a genuine one. That's why I need ghosties. I need your help. And you guys, I need your help. Catherine, so for my entire marriage, I've been so open to so many different things, like,
Hey-oh.
but golly.
Come on, dude. That was. Come on.
That was a layup.
You can't start a sentence like that. I just want to say
I've been open to try so many things.
some things
okay?
that are scary.
A little painful.
All right, go on.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys. Kill one cicada around you guys, and all of a sudden you guys are being pretty quirky, pretty goofy. All right, whatever. All that to say, I've always said, since we've been married, I've always said, we are not getting a cat. I've always said that. Like anytime Catherine brings it up, Catherine grew up, she loved cats. Anytime she brought up like homeschooling, like for the longest time, I was like, we're not homeschooling our children. Like, and now we are
Yeah.
because I kept an open mind. I was like, okay, I'll think about it. Every time she's ever brought up the cat thing, we are not getting a cat.
Rachel and I had the cat talk yesterday. And Rachel, we both agreed like dogs are awesome. They're great. But she was like, I could also live with a cat. And I went, I don't.
Yeah. So Catherine came up to me the other day and she's like, hey, I've been thinking about this a little bit. And I just want you to think about it. I really think we should think about getting a cat for Hattie for her birthday.
Okay.
And I said, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
It's a trap.
Yeah. She's like, I think it'd be great. Like, it's good to like teach kids how to like take care of pets and like all these different things. And I was just like, I let it simmer right there because I was watching NFL primetime and I paused it for this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll think about it. But Ghosties, I need your help. I've tried to convince Hattie since she's been born that I'm allergic to cats. I've just been like, every time it comes up, I'm like, I'm allergic. So
Would love to take you to the zoo, but I can't get that close to a tiger.
yeah. Yeah. Just even watching The Lion King just like gets me like,
I can't cheer for the Panthers. Doesn't
Yeah, that's right.
sit right with me.
Go ahead, Scotty. as someone who
as a husband and father
Mhm.
who recently has been talked into getting a pet for my
Yes,
wife
I need you.
/ daughter, I do think cats are lower maintenance than dogs.
Without
Right.
a doubt.
yeah, of course.
They just, I mean,
But yeah,
they
go
just
ahead.
don't. I don't know. They don't serve a purpose. They like you can't interact with a cat.
They
It
don't
feels
even
like,
know their
You
name.
guys want to go on a walk? Yeah, let's
Mm,
bring
yeah.
Mr. Jefferson with us.
Yeah, you can't really like. You don't play fetch with cats. You don't like. I mean, maybe you cuddle with a cat. That's the one thing you do with it.
If you have a
But
good one, which is like one
Yeah.
out of every 80
Yeah.
cats.
I would say though, like, yeah, I feel like cats are like the gateway pet. Like it's pretty low maintenance. They for some one question I have, how do cats like innately know to poop in a litter box? I feel like there's no training involved.
I don't
in
know,
that.
dude, but I don't
Is
want to.
that-
I don't want to be the kind of house that has a litter box in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that kind of house. I don't want anything to do with that. And I love Hattie, and I love, I want to give her things that she wants, but
Mhm.
I need your help, Ghosties, in justifying. And I don't need the cat army to come out and say this is cats are great. I know you're going to say that. I know people are going to disagree and have cats they love. I don't want to hear that at all. I want biased information. Only anti-cat people I need input from. So,
The luster wears off. It's exciting
Yeah.
for like a month.
and I'm
And
okay.
then-
Like I'm okay with it. I would love a dog someday. I'm okay with like the idea of like dogs, like taking care of a pet. I think that'd be great for Hattie, but like, I'm like, yeah, we have kids, so we don't need like a gateway pet. We're past that. Like we have plenty of stuff going on in our house that we've proven we can take care of.
What if you started smaller and got her like a hermit crab or something? Something you like feed like once a day.
A guinea
and, like,
pig.
you can paint
Sure.
the shell.
A hamster or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be a
I
good
don't,
one.
I don't get excited about any of those things either, but
Mhm.
sure as heck better than the cat.
We've had both on back in Stratford. The difference being like we intentionally got dogs and the cats would show up. It was
Exactly.
a big difference. Like cats, they just wander on your property and like, I guess they're mine now.
Were they just outside cats though?
Yeah. So they're always outside cats.
I don't mind that. If we ever lived on land, Catherine, I'm saying right now, we can have some cats. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't want them in my house. I don't want to have to worry about watching NFL football and one just like jumping up on my shoulder. Yep. Don't like it.
Yeah.
On you in the face.
More thoughts on cat. Yeah. I mean, one of the cats that showed up had 6 toes on one foot.
Triplet toe.
Yeah. Had the triplet toe. That was kind of cool. Named him Bigfoot. And
6 toes.
cats
for
are
real?
just interesting. I think once you become accustomed to dogs, it's weird to have a domesticated animal near you that like doesn't know its name. Yeah, like I was around a cat this week. I'm like saying its name, but it's not looking at me. It's like, what
Yeah.
it's gonna take for me to have your
Yeah.
respect? Do you not hear me? Or
Yeah.
um,
I know we're offending some people out there, but there's like 5 of you probably, so I'm not too worried about it.
so I don't know. I mean,
I'm
it's
just kidding.
just so much more that a dog can give back to you.
Mhm.
But there's other things. I think there's a cat person wants something different. They don't want to be licked. They don't want to be jumped on. They want something they can like look at from a distance. Honestly,
Yeah.
what it is, maybe they like the fear of it, knowing that like if this thing was big enough to kill me, it absolutely would try.
Right. Yeah. Well, or yeah, whatever. You've heard about like how people like owners have died and the cats have like,
I think I was the one who broke that nose to you.
was that? Oh
That
yeah.
broke that nose.
Broke that nose.
If you broke your nose, the cat wouldn't care.
That's right.
Dog would lick it.
That's right.
The
yeah.
cat would find kitty litter and spray it on your nose.
Anyway, I just need ghosties. I need your help with that. So let me know. The crusade, the non-cat crusade has officially started. So
Quick
NCC.
last thing on cats. Saw our boy Mike Katz this weekend.
oh my gosh. Talk about a
Full circle.
full circle.
It's a circle.
Yeah, remind everyone who that is.
Scott, do
episode
you remember
12?
this?
Mike Katz.
Do you think it was that early? Was
I
it?
don't know if it was that.
I couldn't
early.
remember if this was last year. Was this the COVID year?
No, it was
2019?
2019. Yeah, it was
Okay.
pre-COVID.
Yeah, it seemed like a long time ago.
It
so
was
I'm-
when we were filming in the shop.
how fun.
Yep.
Cool.
I might remember with some context.
Oh, you'll
Jake,
remember the content,
Brad, Gunner,
Isaac.
Isaac, go to football game. Convince Gunner for weeks to go to football game and spend a little bit of disposable income on it because we
Oh,
don't do this
yep.
often.
Yep.
Brad, take it away.
That was a lot later than episode 12.
I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Another one of those jokes that
I was
you-
like,
35.
yeah. Then Gunnar and I, bartered with this guy who gave us these tickets, We used the tickets to go in. 2 of them didn't work.
As they're scanning mine, they're like, some weird. Just go ahead.
Yeah, they
like,
like
"That's
let
not
us go
good."
anyway. We were in like the family section, like the players, family of players. And so we go there and we're sitting there, and yeah, 2 of the seats that we had were taken. And we find the guy, classic gunner, like finds Mike Katz, this guy outside of
Who sold us the tickets?
on the concourse, and like it confronts him, like, dude, what the heck?
Mhm.
Like, which is like so classic Gunner to do that. He's like, Gunner's like, I got his phone number. He said we could call him and talk to him about it. Long story short, he's an NFL agent. Maybe we never even actually mentioned his name. Actually,
Who's
on
he
the
an
podcast.
agent too? Wasn't it somebody big?
Chris Jones.
It was
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Jones, and who's the T.Y. Hilton at the time?
Okay.
Yeah. So like pretty big agent. And yeah, basically we had an argument with him. And he said, I'm not giving you your money back unless you guys leave the game right now.
And it was
Yeah.
weird that he had somewhat. He was like, "Why do you care about us leaving?"
Yeah,
It was a weird.
Yeah, it was
Stance,
an
but-
awkward like argument while the game was going on. Yeah, the whole thing was just, and the Chiefs ended up losing the game. It was
The
a
one
sour
cool touchdown we didn't get to see.
Yeah,
It was just a bummer of a night. We left sad and felt like we got, and I don't think he did on purpose.
I don't
but
think
he-
we got. Like, I don't think he did it on purpose.
Or yeah, but we got like we didn't get what we wanted.
Yes, right.
Purpose, got.
Yeah, and it was like the game. I think was a night game. It was like 7:30 p.m. at night.
Mm, yeah, I know
So-
dusk had fallen, so
Yeah.
yeah, that checks out.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, I guess I prefaced it somewhat last week in the episode. We got to do some cool Chiefs things this weekend. Anyway, pretty much as soon as we got into like the concourse and everything, I was like, that. It's been 3 years, but I'm pretty sure that's what Mike Katz looked like. And so I stuck a quick picture for Brad, and then Katie saw me. She's like, "Why you take a picture of that guy?" I was like, "Don't you worry about it, Katie. You keep your mouth shut." And
Keep your pretty little mouth shut.
don't tick him off. All right, he's gonna make you walk out of here.
Yeah.
And then we end up sharing an elevator with him.
Oh,
And
What did I say to you? You texted me. I've shared an elevator with him, and I said, "Did you punch him or something like that?"
but yeah, slime ball vibes.
Big time.
Greasy
slime ball
hair. The
vibes.
way he spoke to people. Didn't like it. Shorter than
5'6". Yeah, like just
even
yeah.
the name Mike Katz.
Mike Katz. It
Sounds
sounds
like-
like one of those names that you like. His last name's Dover. First name Ben. You know, it sounds like a name where they trick you into saying
yeah,
something
Mike
you didn't know.
Katz.
Dude, I wonder
Uh,
if he has cats. Mike Katz.
Mike
not
Katz.
Your cats.
Yolanda. Linda. Dang it. Anyway,
Sorry.
so
Yeah.
that happened. Yeah, just speaking of cats.
Well, let's go back one night. Tell us about the red carpet event. Did you smile for the picture?
Okay, so red carpet event. I forgot about it right before. Let's just start at the beginning, actually. So, get there, and Rachel and I are trying to figure out cocktail attire. We think we got it figured out. The old suit pants from when I was 21, not fitting like they used to, even with no shug. And I mean, they fit, but it's like it's more comfortable when I'm sitting down to not have them buttoned.
Oh wow!
You know, well, do you have pants like that where it's like I could stand in them fine, but sitting is like this is tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like that. So I decide once I sit down in the car, I was like trying to like unbutton them, but I couldn't really do that. So I had to undo my belt to unbutton them. And so that's how I'm driving to the place. And all of a sudden it's like we're there. It's like I didn't really notice that we're like 30 seconds away. So we're there, and instead of us parking, it's valet.
Yeah, it was on the email.
And so, I mean, in an instant, someone is at my window asking for the keys. Rachel doesn't have her shoes on. She's like still doing her makeup. My pants are unbuttoned. My belt is off. And I'm just like, oh, hey, you know, I'm like trying to distract her. Like, look up here, look at the sun. Whoa, I can't believe
Whoa,
that's
that
going on.
sunset's crazy. Oh man.
You should see my license plate. Go look at it.
Yeah.
Go memorize it. I'm going to quiz you. And so awkward start to the night.
I finally got my car registered. Go look at it.
We go in. Rachel was so disappointed. She like bought this new nail polish and she put it on like right before we left, and it went on basically as like a weird like clear coat. And she was like going to this event. She's like, my nails, like they look so weird. I thought it was gonna be way thicker than this. We show up. We have our red carpet moment. A couple of the cheerleaders were like, you work with Morgan, and I was like, cool. Never been, noticed by association with Morgan. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I did tell Rachel about it before, and I was like, hey, just FYI, Brad said he'll give you $20 if you don't smile. She's like, okay. And so
Heck
I
yeah,
was
should do
fully
it.
prepared we were both going to do it. I was expecting like a red carpet thing where there's like photographers like, hey, over here. And then we could just like smize real quick, give off a vibe. But it was much more like,
You use the word smize?
Mhm.
I've never heard that word.
yeah, so you smile with your eyes.
You heard that?
No. Smize?
Was that you smiling with your eyes?
What's that do for you?
That doesn't seem like a smile.
It's like you smile and then put it back down and leave your eyes.
All right, ready for mine? I'm not gonna.
That's kind of hard to do.
You're smiling
That's
up
pretty
top,
good.
baby. Yeah, you're smiling up there.
You kind of have a smirk on
Yeah,
the
you're-
lips, though.
Oh no.
We need to be full horizontal.
No, sorry.
Can't do it.
now I'm just laughing thinking about it.
Smize.
This was much more. This was not your typical red carpet. You guys just. What's going on between you two? Guys, just some
Brad's
weird-
undressing me with his eyes.
Undries.
Undries.
Yeah,
He's undrising me.
I've been sedized. Anyway, go ahead.
This was not the red carpet like going into the Grammys or something. This was like
I didn't think it was gonna be
you've
that.
just boarded a cruise ship.
Oh,
Hey, come
yeah.
in here. Let's get a picture with you guys.
Sure.
And so it's just like Rachel and I, and then 2 Chiefs cheerleaders on the side of us, like ruffling your pom poms. And so it felt
Ruffling
like
your pom poms?
my belt was undone.
That's what that cicada did to me.
Yeah, no, they're doing their thing with their pom. It felt like a very weird time to not smile.
Yeah, that's why you get $20 if you do it.
So
It is a weird thing.
We smiled, but of course,
No.
like we definitely could have. Like I'm never gonna see that picture
No.
again. Like who
Yeah.
was that guy?
Yeah.
Where do you redeem? Like I didn't get a ticket. Like hey, you
Oh,
can get this one
man.
later at the shop. It's like like a roller coaster picture. And so
And I bet if you didn't smile, they would have posted it somewhere because they're like, these guys seem
these guys are
Important.
more important than we thought. So that happened. The event was very interesting. It was funny hearing Trey describe it to his friends versus how like Rachel and I driving away talking about it.
Okay,
Because
tell me.
like, and it's fine. It's not like there's a right or wrong way to view it. But I think like Trey and Katie are like honestly just more cultured. They can appreciate finer things like this. Where, well, just for example, Rachel and I left early to go to McAllister's Deli. So if that kind of tells you
get you a
the type,
spud.
the type of people we are. Sweet Chipotle chicken.
Oh, okay.
Goes down easy.
Yep.
Water to drink, which is hard to do when you go to McAllister's to not get sweet tea.
Sure.
But so that's just how so it was just like, I'd never been to anything like this. I think it would
Did
be
they not
called
have food?
a cocktail party. The
Yeah.
food was interesting, but it was like fancy boy food. So it'd be like, this is chicken with a toothpick in it, but it's got a pickle on it and something white on top and some weird like garnishes on it.
Did you try any of it?
No, thanks.
Really?
Sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try it.
Scott's whispering to himself, man, I would eat that right now.
Chicken on a stick.
So yeah, we didn't eat too much. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so it's just like I think Trey and Katie had a really good time. It was like I think what would be called a cocktail party. It was just kind of a lot of like standing around and like mingling, and alcohol was free. Not Rachel and I's vibe.
Yeah.
Servers going around with like passing around hors d'oeuvres,
Lord
hors d'oeuvres, and a lot of foods. I mean, like
Favorite kind of derves.
Clark Hunt was there. I saw a few like
Okay.
Chiefs people. Gracie Hunt.
Gracie Hunt was there. Good
Gracie
for her.
Hunt was there.
How's she doing? I don't follow her on Instagram anymore because I got ridiculed by my friends.
I saw her 2 nights in a row. She's doing good.
Noble?
No Noble. I honestly, if I had an opportunity, I was going to go up to Clark Hunt and just tell
Yeah.
my newest son and just
Yeah.
make it short and sweet, but it didn't happen. So I'm not going to force this. Josh Richards was there, which like 6% of our audience is going to know who that is.
His name sounds familiar.
Anderson Paak ended up DJing the party, which 12% of our audience is going to know who that is.
Who is Josh
12%?
Richards? I saw his name on some of that, like some publicity for that.
Yeah, he has like an Amazon Prime deal. So massive TikToker, 25 million followers, but also has a podcast with Dave Portnoy.
Oh, sure. He's a good looking little kid.
Good looking little kid.
Yeah.
He has
I
a
wouldn't put those
podcast
words
with-
together, but
That seems like an odd pairing.
I
Is
think
he like a
Portnoy
that's
was
the point.
smart. He like latched onto this dude
Oh,
and
realized he was gonna bring along 25
yeah,
million
they had
people.
kind of like multi-generational. I've never listened to the podcast, but I've heard other people say it's pretty smart.
I've seen clips of it, and it's like Josh Richard and some other girl, and then Portnoy. So it's like
Yeah,
Portnoy's kind of like trying to be like, can you explain this?
What's
thing
going
to
on
me? 'Cause
here?
I don't get this.
yeah.
Is it like understanding Gen Z
I
culture?
think so.
or
I think they
something?
probably do a lot of pop culture stuff, if I had to guess. I don't know. Never listened to it. But he was there. Yeah, Anderson Paak, who is the duo with Bruno Mars, that goes by the name Silk Sonic. So you probably heard Leave the Door Open. Scott gets it. Big music guy, big reggaeton guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he DJ'd the party, which is, somewhat cool. But it's like, I mean, it's just music. It's
Still
on
left you
Spotify.
wanting McAllister's. Like you're like,
yeah, I was like, I mean, this is kind of fun, but I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
talk to Rachel, which
Yeah.
is one of my favorite things.
yeah.
Oh, the other thing, sorry,
So
and then
cool.
we'll be done with it. So it's just, there was some like memorabilia you could look at. It was like, look at these old cleats.
Whoa.
It was cool for like 11 seconds.
Mhm.
And then there was like, Charlie Hustle has new merch.
Oh, sure.
That
That you have to buy.
you have to buy full price.
Charlie Hustle's like $50 for a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But the other thing,
Yeah.
they had a nail station. It was like you could wait in line
Did she?
to get your nails done. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Rachel, you gotta. I
This is
might.
serendipitous.
Yeah.
Sagittarius.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, this is so cool. But there was like a long line, and Rachel was like, I don't know if I want to spend just one-on-one like 30 minutes with this woman. And I'm just, I got one. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, it's
nice.
fair. Yeah.
So that was kind of exciting, but
Did they have a face painting booth?
I got a butterfly on one side and my cat's on the other.
I have two things. You got it on that event? You got
I have
anything
one
else?
thing too on that event.
thing.
Last thing, Trey's manager Jack was in town.
Yes.
Born and raised in Beverly Hills. Could not believe this is my first time I've ever had my car valet before, and I was kind of talking about the experience. Like, this is crazy. I just have this piece of paper, you know, that says where my car is. And he was like, dude, stop. Dude, you've never. I was like, no, why would I ever? And he just couldn't believe it. It was such a like cultural thing. I was like, I don't know how to tell you. I promise you, this is my first time I've ever valeted my car. And it was so funny. He's like, dude, I may do it like 5 times a week. I was like, well, you represent David Dobrik.
Yeah.
So that's where we probably have different lives.
We're different.
Yeah.
You didn't ever do it in Dallas. I feel like that was like the first time I ever valeted was in Dallas.
Oh, I didn't do anything Dallas-y in Dallas. I went to church. I went to Whataburger. And other than that, I got on airplanes and left Dallas.
Cool.
Yeah. And I juggled.
As you should, you know.
Thank you.
all those
Yeah,
things.
only time I ever valeted was in Miami when Sam and I went on vacation there. And you were like forced to valet everywhere against your will, basically.
yeah.
And it's actually kind of a nuisance. Like the apartment complex, we stayed at an Airbnb in a huge building, and they valeted your car. And they were like, yeah, don't try to leave at like between 9 and 10:30 because that's when everybody else is leaving. And you have to wait like 30 minutes for somebody to pull up your car.
Well, if they tell
Like-
everyone that, then no one's going to do it
Yeah.
between 9
Yeah.
and
I'm
10.
like, that seems like a mess. And then you have the inner conflict of like, do I tip this guy every single time I have to get my car?
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't tip
you were
him
like,
until
I
the
would
very
like to just
end.
park it myself.
Yeah.
Well, there was one time I didn't know that in Dallas, and I was like, why is every single car in this parking lot reversed, like backed in? It's like, that's weird. I'm just gonna park next to all of them. And I get out, and the guy's like, "What are you doing? You have to valet that." I was like, "I'm good. I
I'll just do it."
I just did it
Yeah.
myself."
Yesterday, I pulverized my own kidney stones. So I don't really like tipping.
I was like, "Whatever."
How does it work with a Tesla? Does it work like a normal car?
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
They know what they're doing.
So
they've driven them.
okay. Yeah, I don't understand Teslas how they work.
I think the trickiest thing for them to get was why my pants were
Pants were
unbuttoned. You know, I think that was
unbuttoned,
the main issue.
Yeah, once they figured that out, the self-driving feature was just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you had something else?
Yeah, just my coming to understand what the heck was going on in Jake's life this week was very puzzling. Because I was involved in 2 different group chats where people were asking questions to Jake about what was going on, and I had no idea any of this was taking place. So Jake's sending pictures of like Anderson Paak, who I recognize, and then Jake's like, yeah, I played pickleball with Garrick Dieter.
You're like,
And
what are you doing?
I was like, what is going on
Where are
this
you
week?
at?
Where are you? And I think I even texted you separately, Brad. I was like, okay, what's happening in Jake's life right now?
Yeah.
So it was just funny for me trying to like understand what was going on.
Yeah. Talk about the pickleball
Rachel Coop is in the house. I could see her legs through the fireplace.
in the house. It's coming from inside.
It's
the
coming
house.
from inside the house. That's funny. Her and Catherine must have been talking for a while because she's like, I'll be back here at 10:30. It's 11:15. That's cute.
Pickleball.
Yeah, that was something that got set up. Like, so Jack is like massive into pickleball. It's so funny. Like, he just discovered it. He keeps talking about it. He's like, dude, I mean, pickleball. Like, have you
Dude,
done?
you
I'm
should
like-
have shamed him back for the valet thing. Like, this
I
is
was
the
like,
first
dude, I
time-
was so
like-
into this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I definitely know about pickleball. So he's all about it. So he like is trying to like set something up, trying to get me and Trey into it. And so he contacted Rachel Coop, everyone.
Yeah.
Jack contacted Chicken and Pickle, got plugged into them. Garrick Dieter now retired from the Chiefs recently. And so he is like an ambassador for Chicken and Pickle.
Mhm.
And so he's like a community ambassador. So it's like his job to just like play with people who Chicken and Pickle tells him to, I think. So I think
Was he good?
He was kind of, he was like,
He was a pro athlete that played a different sport.
yeah, he was Gunnar Duckworth level.
Oh, okay.
Does that help?
Did he make sound effects?
So it was one of those things where like, sing.
Oh, Gunner.
It was, gosh, Gunner's awesome. It was a thing where like Trey has played like 10 times his whole life. Jack is maybe slightly better than that. So it's like, I'm just there. I'm just keeping it in. I'm letting everyone get, hits. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. I'm just hitting it to people, trying to evenly distribute. And I thought that, so Garrick and I were on different teams. So I thought we were on the same page of like, we're just trying to like, have fun. But then there were like a couple times where he would like hit into the net, and then I would see him like talk to himself. He's like, come on. And I was like, I don't think we're on the same. I think, okay. So that was the only like kind of weird thing. I was like, he's pretty into this. But it was cool. I mean, I had a good time chatting with him afterwards, and he wanted to talk to me more. We had to leave, but he was kind of asking a bunch of questions about like what I'd done previously with like Ben Johns and like pickleball content creation and stuff like that. And so that was fun. That's how that got set up. And Thursday was an awesome day. We traded for pickleball to golfing for mood swings to the Chiefs game, which is fun.
That's a day.
That's a day.
It was an awesome day.
The Chiefs won again.
Yeah, they did.
Does Jack want to add an aspiring pro pickleball player to his representation portfolio?
Representation portfolio. First thing, don't use that term with him if you do make contact. No.
David Dobrik, Trey Kennedy, Scott Pickleball.
Yeah. How many subs are you up to?
420, I think. 419.
Okay. Wow.
I haven't posted in like 3 weeks.
I don't know why I didn't think you would know the exact number, but that's very Scott.
I check it every day, baby. Even though I don't post, I'm still checking.
Just in case.
Yeah, Scotty boy.
I've been a little.
One last thing while we're still on this, and then Rachel, we'll get you in the mix to talk about something. I don't know. On the way to the Chiefs game in the parking lot, I got recognized, not from Jean Shorts, not from Mood Swings, but from being Scott's friend.
All right.
It's a new type of recognition.
Yeah.
This guy came up to me who kind of looked like Sam Peterson. And I was like, I feel like I've seen you somewhere.
Yeah, he does. He does look a little bit like.
Oh, yeah, you do know him. Yeah, you play golf with him.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was like, hey, you're Scott's friend. And I was like, yep.
I'm trying to think of how he put that together.
Because like, it's on my business card, actually. You can have it. It says, Scott's friend.
JT Operations.
JT Scott's friend. 417. So anyway, we just stopped to talk to the parking lot for maybe like 4 or 5 minutes and talked to him. He said he's playing some tournament with you or something.
That's who I'm going to Texas with.
Yeah. So it was really fun. I mean, out of 68,000 people, we just bumped into each other in the parking lot.
That is hilarious.
I probably looked like a loser. I was walking in by myself, but I was walking confident.
Yeah, I don't understand how he knew. Yeah, I don't know how he put 2 and 2 together there. Maybe I've talked about you before. I think I might have talked about you before.
Showing him pictures.
Yeah, showing him pictures. Yeah, because I think I've talked about being on the podcast with you guys, and I think I told him all about what you do, and so I'm sure he's seen you in that way. But yeah, TJ's a good dude. I call him Luigi now because he's got a nice mustache.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah,
it's nice.
So sometimes in pickleball, go
Rachel, come on in here.
Okay.
Rachel, Shawnee, Kansas.
Maybe is there more? Come on, Brad.
Crawl underneath here. We talked about the cicada earlier.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That was wild.
What have you been up to? Have you been talking to Catherine, or what's going on?
Yep, doing some homework, talking to Catherine while she took the trash out, neighborly things.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Catherine.
Doing homework just reminded me. I don't think we've talked about this on the podcast. I'll tell you one thing. A lot of perks of dating Rachel. One downside is being in public with her when she has her laptop open doing homework. Rachel, you know where I'm going with this. Take it away. The time we were at Messenger Coffee.
Okay, the time we were at Messenger Coffee. Whoop, sorry.
Kiss the mic.
That one was Brad, so don't get too close.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. We were sharing a table, and we were in a very crowded public place. And I was doing my homework, and I've got 2 tabs open with the split screen. One tab was
dual wielding.
This girl knows her technology.
I was researching domestic violence. I was writing a paper, and a resource that I was using was Planned Parenthood on the other. So anybody walking by
saw that coming. Yeah.
Put that together, and hopefully they didn't assume anything.
You got a reputation to look out for here.
I tried to act very friendly and happy with you, so just act that way. I didn't really feel like that.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah. But yeah, today was similar at a coffee shop. I scooted so that nobody could see my laptop after I realized I was Googling symptoms for paraphilic disorders, which is nothing good. You can Google it.
Maybe don't, though.
Should we try?
Maybe don't, though.
Should we try and guess what that is right now?
Paraphilic. Philadelphia.
What happens there?
So like a para at school was like the person that like helped you with like random things, like tasks. Like if your teacher needs like something 3-hole punched or stapled, So let's just say it's somebody who like para, 3-hole punch, Phil, lover of 3-hole punches. So a domestic 3-hole puncher. And what was the other word?
You're close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
3-hole puncher.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the 3 holes, I'm not gonna make
Let's
that joke.
not. Let's not.
No,
go there.
no.
We've already pushed the envelope a little bit.
So yeah.
Edit and post. Nice.
Yep.
What did you learn anything about Catherine this past? You learned a lot about our neighbors. We were
Yes, I
having
did.
a conversation, Jake, Scott, and I, and then you and Catherine were talking about neighbors, and 15 minutes later, Catherine was still explaining neighbors.
Oh yeah, I think I know everyone
I think-
south, north,
Yeah.
east, and west.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Lois,
Yeah, Lois. is great.
Victoria,
Victoria's a
Trent,
new. Oh,
with
those are
the chickens.
those are the ones with the chickens. Yeah.
Catherine needs to go over and ask if the chickens are laying eggs.
Oh, sure.
So
Maybe you go with her sometime.
good
Be
idea.
so fun.
Good
Yeah.
idea.
Introduce yourself.
Sounds like a code phrase. You
Yeah.
walk up to your neighbor.
Have
Are
the
they laying
chickens
eggs?
hatched their eggs yet? Just curious. All right. Let me know when the swallow squawks at dawn. I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a good conversation though.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I
we
start
did.
a
Yes.
sentence and I just don't even know where it's going to go.
Jake told us a little bit about the signing process and how he's a Virgo.
Oh, of course, he told you.
Any
A
other-
Virgo would.
Exactly. There's no way that guy's not saying something about that later on the podcast.
I knew instantly when that lady said Virgo. I just looked over him, hoping he wouldn't
You're like,
make
just,
too much fun of her.
just let
like,
it go.
please, yes,
Oh,
just
man.
let it go this once.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
hmm
Yeah. What else we got for our coop? Koopaloop.
Koopaloop.
Koopa Troopa. Yeah.
People are calling you Fruit Coops. I just thought of that one.
No.
All right, new nickname. We're
Belt-
big on the
belt- belt
nicknames.
coops?
Yeah.
Belt coops.
Excuse me.
Belt coops.
Oh, belt coop.
Do it for
Rachel,
the coops.
I just told them
Things
how
Jake doesn't use.
Support the coops.
I just
Belt
told them
coops.
about how we entered the cocktail party with your shoes off and my pants undone.
Oh, yeah. That was too bad. Ugh.
Tough room. Had you ever valeted before?
Actually, I was the valet at something once
Oh,
at a
cool.
Christmas
Oh.
party.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yep.
So yes, in a way, yes, you have.
Yes, I have used the service.
First time
Did you get-
being.
Tipped? How did that work?
I did get tipped. Yeah, got paid pretty well. I
Mm.
think the only time valet is used is with people with a lot of money. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
handing out tips left and right.
Here you go.
Both directions.
Here you go.
There you go.
Trying to think anything else we need to talk about. I've already talked about golfing with grandma and how I won ampersand 120.
And 120.
Yeah.
She's just tipping you that.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
throwing that in there.
Sure.
That is nice of her. I guess just final thoughts. How do you feel about this house, this place? What do you want to do to it? What dumb ideas did I have earlier, apparently?
You didn't have any dumb ideas. There's no such thing as a wrong answer. How do I feel about the place? I love it.
Classic social worker.
Biden's America over here.
Oh, did you talk about the quirk? Don't social work me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a fireplace that you can use on two sides.
Oh,
so
it's awesome.
I'm just gonna be laying on it, like on the ledge by it. It'll be heated.
She's just planking right here.
Yes. So I can't complain about anything. Paint some walls white. Feel like that's pretty trendy. Jake suggested painting the trim black with it, but it's justifiable because I said that we should paint the windows black for detail, and you just wanted a little bit more black detail.
You know,
Yeah.
I know someone who kind of does interior design for a profession.
Yes.
So
Would she say paint the
Yeah,
trim
who-
black?
probably not.
Okay. Probably
okay.
not.
Oh.
Probably not.
But it's not to say she couldn't.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the permission. I think I'll pass. We'll probably go all white.
Great.
But fun,
is
everything
Jake-
fun.
Is Jake gonna be here, like living here with you?
Yeah.
When?
In a long time once
Oh,
we're
okay.
married.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think that
What's
was
all that long time talk? Hold
Long
on.
time. It's a
all relative.
Time
Big
circle.
He's a long circle.
a long time less than a year.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Okay, let's keep going. A long time less than 9 months. Who says no?
Oh, maybe.
A long time less than 6 months.
No. Too cold.
Oh, okay. A long time less than
What is
6 months, 1
8
day?
months?
Okay, maybe.
Let's just make them as uncomfortable as possible. A long time.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. Ooh, gosh.
Oh my god!
That's the thing she
That's
does
the
to
thing she
me.
does?
Whenever you like say something that doesn't quite land, Rachel will like exacerbate the reaction maybe you were hoping to get. Like, it's so terrible. She'll do that all the time. Like, I'll say something like, it wasn't necessarily supposed to be that funny, but it's like, obviously it was supposed to be humorous, and like Rachel didn't find it funny. And so just, here, we'll do it. And then I was asking her, I was like, oh, I'm the only Virgo to ask questions. Just deflating. Once I hear the pursed lips.
I mean, it literally sounds like she's deflating. Like,
Yeah.
she's trying to deflate you.
It sounds like a whoopee cushion that
Exactly.
doesn't work.
Maybe that's why I feel so
I'm
deflating.
sorry that I'm giving you guys those feelings.
No,
I shouldn't
it's
do that.
it's funny. It's just it's really funny when you do it to Brad.
Yeah, it's really funny when you do it to somebody besides me.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. Oh.
Fine, let's make you more uncomfortable about it.
Okay.
I don't like that. I wasn't actually wanting to make you too uncomfortable. And so then when you were like, I'm uncomfortable, I felt bad for a second.
So what I did was make everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah. Successfully.
So what I'm hearing is
Yeah.
Social work.
For the record, I didn't express my feelings on this, but I think I'm on your side in that
Thank you.
conversation. Sorry.
Thank you.
I get your side. I will say that. I get your side, but I think it's better to over communicate than under communicate.
I agree.
So, yes.
And typically, Rachel will confirm, I am an over communicator. I mean, I will tell her the exact moment I'm leaving somewhere, the exact ETA, what she can expect when I get there.
Is that the same as your feelings, though, Jake? Are those facts or are those feelings?
Don't SW me.
Don't swim me.
No one's supposed to work me.
Yeah. Great. Well,
Cool.
thanks for coming.
Hey,
Don't be uncomfortable
Yeah, thank you for having me.
at your house.
I'm gonna go back to the fireplace.
We got some firewood for you if you ever need it.
Ooh,
And I
okay.
love starting fires. I love
love
starting some big old chimney fires.
Yeah, get a guy
Just let
who
me know.
sends 30-foot flames up into the air.
If you need a fire, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Rachel, you heading out or are you sticking around? Fun.
Cool.
Little audience member.
Hang out in the corner with me.
Should we do our s'mores?
Yes,
I
let's do
love
it.
the s'mores. Big win last week. Pretty overwhelming win.
Not nearly as overwhelming as last week.
There were 3 options this week. A little different.
I still don't think it.
Either way, I won, which I was shocked how many people were on my side. I felt like Santa Claus was a good pick, but not good enough.
I think I bullied you too much last week after I talked about how big of a win I had, so people felt bad. I probably shouldn't have said that, so now people are going to vote for you again.
Well, hopefully this is the week people feel bad for me because I am striking out.
Well, I think people feel bad for you every week. I just think that your picks are so bad that
Bro. Dwayne
Rock?
The Rock Johnson? I was very disappointed that Dave and Georgianne were not fans of
Oh
The
yeah,
Rock.
that's right. Okay, I have a few
I'm
things.
uncomfortable.
Did your dad ever ask you? Did he ever say anything to you about like, hey,
No, no.
Scott texted me.
No.
It was a very brief conversation.
Before the s'mores, real quick, I do want to vindicate Scott in one thing, real quick. I'll tell a story. I went with Hattie and Bo.
Yes, I was going to
to,
tell this anyways.
His pickleball tournament this past weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, he was playing in Lenexa. Scott texted me. He's like, "Hey, if you need anything to do," it's like, "Yeah, Datter Days. Let's do this thing." So
fun, you guys.
Hattie,
Yeah.
Bo, and I went. Bo was pretty into watching pickleball. Hattie was ready to go to the playground.
Not
pretty
into
quick.
fist bumps.
Yeah, Bo was doing his usual like I'm really shy at first kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Gosh, I had a breakthrough. I had a boke through today.
Yeah,
Break, bro.
Uh-huh.
Boke through.
yeah.
Yeah, like boke through. Yeah.
Okay.
We finally like exchanged sentences because the entire time Bo has been able to like really speak, he's been too shy to speak
Yeah.
around me.
Yeah, you guys both were like, who was that talking? Like you guys heard him in the distance
Yeah.
saying something. You're like, I was like, that's Bo.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um,
keep going.
Anyway, so we were hanging out. Scott dominated, right?
Yeah.
It was an easy win. I believe that
job, Scott.
the fact
The who?
the fact
Huh?
the stat, sorry. The stat is that Scott won like all the points that his opponent scored the entire day wouldn't have even equaled one 15
Game to
point
15.
win. Yeah.
I think it actually ended up being like 18 points.
Okay, well,
All right.
so
Well,
so it
Scott
was-
lied to me.
There
It
goes
was,
the
it was a little
anecdote.
bit more than We beat Barry and Tyler 15-2 in the championship game.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, Scott just absolutely dominated. Got a medal. Promptly gave it to Hattie. Hattie thinks it's like the coolest thing
Yes.
ever. Like
Good.
really, truly, like she was like parading around with it all day.
Oh,
like,
that makes me happy.
yeah, she was so pumped about
Good.
it.
what kind of lessons are you teaching her?
Exactly. Oh, we talked about it.
Okay, good.
I was
Before
like,
she wants to
"Listen,
sleep
I don't know
in
what
it."
Mr. Scott teaches you, but
in
me,
this house-
listen to me. You don't deserve that
You
thing.
got to earn it.
You're a sinner, saved by grace. Yeah.
There's no medals in heaven. You can't take it with you. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, so we were all hanging out, and then like we were playing pickleball a little bit, me and the kids, and then Scott was getting ready to go. And Scott was like, I don't know how the conversation came up.
You said, you're like, man, I miss pickleball. And I was like, okay, here's what we need to do. Let's get out here.
Yeah.
Let's film our video and then we'll stick around and play pickleball afterwards.
Yeah, and sometime this week or whenever.
Yeah.
Like, because so he mentioned the video thing because we talked about Tyson McGuffin 2-3 weeks ago on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guarantee you, only one of those 4 people at that table know Tyson McGuffin.
Oh, so we got a little sample size.
And Scott goes, "No way, dude." I was like, "You think at least 2? You think that old woman knows who Tyson McGuffin is?" And he's like, "I guarantee you that woman knows who it is." And so, yeah, like I was like, "Okay, fine." And he's like, "The other 2 people at the table, 2 of them were like workers of the tournament." He's like, "I don't even know if they play pickleball, whatever."
Yeah.
But he was like, "Okay, fine. Like, let's go ask this old woman." And I believe you said, "Hey, excuse me, can you settle a bet for me and my friend?"
No,
Do you know?
I just walked up to her. I said, hey, can I ask you a random question? She goes, sure. Very pleasant lady.
Yeah.
I go, do you know who Tyson McGuffin is? She looks at me. She goes, sure. Who wouldn't know him?
Yeah.
And I turned to Brad and I was like, thank you.
Yes. Like she
Yeah.
looked at me. She's like, "How old do you think I am?"
Yeah. She's
And
like,
I was like, "Yeah, it's not about age, lady. It's just pickleball." I
yeah,
don't
she
know."
pointed to me and she was like, I've been this close to him several times.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Seen his tattoos.
yeah.
I don't agree with him, but I've seen him.
I
So
was
Scott-
so vindicated.
Yeah, Scott. It was he
I
won the tournament. He didn't even care. That was his big win.
He wanted a
did.
medal for.
Yeah.
I checked my Venmo. I don't have $5 in there from you.
Oh my
Brad.
gosh, I'll
So
send that to you after I text back that.
I need you
house
to.
cleaning.
I need to collect
go to
on
my
my
house.
debts, please.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so I had that story real quick.
Oh,
Just wanted to
so
say that.
good.
Cool.
So
That's fun.
Oh, well, never mind.
Scott, before we leave, we'll talk to you after the podcast. Are you going to be in town this weekend?
yes,
All right, let's talk.
fun story too. Saturday morning, I'm playing in a charity tournament, a pickleball tournament, where the winning team, each person on the winning team gets a trip to a resort in Mexico.
Whoa.
Yes.
Who's putting this tournament on?
It's a lady who's doing it for her son who has like a rare disease, and it wasn't really publicized a whole lot. They put it on like this Casey Pickleball Facebook group. Sam saw it and signed me up like without even telling me. Basically, she saw it. She's like, "I'm signing you up for this. You are winning this." And
This
we're
sounds
going,
like Pam and Kelly.
yeah, we're going.
like-
Yes,
or like
very
Pam
much
being
gym
like-
and ping pong.
Yeah, like I need you to get good to beat Daryl.
Yeah, she signed me up and is like, "You are winning this. Find a partner, and you're gonna go
Yeah, bring
win
me
this."
players.
And
Did he text you, Brad?
Not yet.
Yeah, weird. He didn't text me either.
Did you get it good? So yeah, I'm playing this Saturday for a chance to win a trip to Mexico
What are
at
the
like
odds
one
you
of
and me-
one of 4 resorts.
What are the odds Jake and I get into this tournament and just have some kind of like,
all
Slumdog
spots.
Millionaire
Slumdog Millionaire
moment, and we just win this thing? And
Dude, you know what we need to happen?
when the time is right, you can go on a vacation with Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the time.
Yes.
People, actually, I'm not going to talk about it now because I think a future s'more I want to do is either one of the two or something both. It's like things we don't talk about enough / just like amazing accomplishments. I think that I want that to be a s'more.
Whoa.
And I want to
okay.
talk about one right now, but I'm going to save it.
Save it, baby.
Okay,
Write
save
it
it.
down.
It's like some Dog Millionaire, but they didn't make a movie about it.
I'm gonna write. I have an ongoing list of category or like
Yeah.
topics.
But yes,
Okay.
I will be in town this weekend.
Cool.
So
that is very
And
exciting.
hopefully I win a trip to Mexico.
That I can't wait to hear about it.
Be sweet.
Okay. S'mores Town? You technically
Are you telling me
Things we don't
the
think about
reason for
enough.
that
Such
after
amazing
the podcast?
accomplishments.
Or
Yeah,
you tell-
after.
Okay.
Okay, after our
Your
podcast, our s'mores. All right, so this week's s'more topic is going to be weird habits / quirks that we do.
Yep.
Weird habits / quirks.
I won last time. I get to pick the order. I don't think it matters because I think we're all gonna have pretty different quirks.
Yes.
So,
What if I just try to steal all yours on purpose?
like, what does he do? Brad, me, Scott.
Great. Okay, my first one. I do have a lot on here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any. The whole thing that brought this topic about was this one quirk that I do, and I'm just being transparent about what I do here. It's laughing in the car to myself. I like often I'll just like be in goofy moods and I'm not even like laughing like at something funny. I'm more or less just doing the war dog laugh as I'm driving.
You do that by yourself.
Like sometimes like if I'm kind of like, I think there's like an exit, but really I just like drive too far out of my way to go to like, like a weird corner of the parking lot. I'm just like,
You're doing it out loud by yourself.
Out loud by myself. No audience, no entertainment to anybody but myself.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm just rolling around in the truck. Or sometimes I'll do it when I'm like really, really excited about like I have the idea for ice cream and I'm like, I'm gonna get some ice cream right now. I'm like pulling into Annie's.
That is weird, dude.
I know.
How is someone even gonna, like the girl who makes her like
just a laugh
graphics?
emoji?
Yeah, how is she even gonna? Yeah.
Anyway,
That's funny.
okay. That's my first one.
That's great. I don't think
Can you
any of mine
document
are,
these? Can you write them down?
any of mine are going to be that funny. That's great. They might be equally embarrassing, but a couple times a week. This is also one I'm going to start off with the most like embarrassing, most transparent one.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times a week, as soon as I wake up, maybe I want kind of an easy transition into the day. I go to the bathroom and I will pee sitting down.
That is way worse. That is so bad. No way.
I didn't.
No, you don't. Dude.
I didn't quite expect this reaction. I expected like, oh wow, thank you for being transparent. I do that from time to time also. You don't start your day sitting down?
Sure.
Just to pee?
Not to pee.
Yeah, just to pee. It's nice. It's like, just
Have you
woke up.
ever?
Yes.
Rachel said yes.
I don't think I've ever, I mean, unless it was like a false alarm on a poop.
Sure. Yeah.
But I haven't just voluntarily sat down to pee.
Oh,
I think
it's nice.
Maybe once when I was in a Winnebago and it was just we were on a windy road going to the lake.
Your dad was like,
I'm like, all right, I gotta hunker down here. No, an easy transition. That's like, oh, dude, I love standing there. We have a little wall next to ours. I just kind of lean on the wall. Oh yeah.
See, there's just some days that it's just like, I'm not ready to just like go straight to standing. It's like, how
do you get there? You just scoot on over with
I
don't want to stand up yet.
Yeah, a number of apparatuses intended for
oh my gosh,
handicapped people. And I get to the bathroom and I prop myself up on the chair.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So
is this something, did you know this about him?
No.
Okay.
Hey,
Is it a deal breaker?
No.
Already
Okay.
signed the house. Already signed the paper. So Virgo alert.
Promise house
Virgo.
is secured.
That's classic Virgo.
So there's a quirk.
Okay.
Just occasionally, it's just like, I don't feel like standing up right now. I think it'd be so nice to just sit down, check my phone,
Unbelievable.
spend a little more time than I need to, just kind of sitting here.
Man.
Okay, well, never mind. We don't need to get too much into the bathroom humor, but great. That's great.
Just a little quirk. It was the first thing I thought of, and it took me another 4 days to think of another one. I was like, oh, this is one.
And I had a lot of time to sit there and think about it every single morning.
Yeah, shout out Rachel, actually. I think I told you guys, it took me 6 days to think of 2 quirks. And in the walk from our house, when I counted the steps,
Yeah.
Rachel was naming quirks of mine.
I mean,
So,
I could think of some quirks.
yeah, it was really easy for her. So
Yeah.
Rachel, or hold on. Hey, Rachel, Scott, your turn.
Okay. My first one, and this is when we talked about at the dinner table that Sam did not want me to share, but I think it's totally fine to share. I have
if Jake just shared that,
Yeah,
I think
if
all things are on the table.
I have, not all the time, but oftentimes I have a very peculiar sounding burp where it sounds like a prehistoric dinosaur, maybe a pterodactyl or another
How do we know what they sound like?
bird.
All we know is they're fossils.
Yeah, it's an odd, you've heard it several
want me to do
times
it?
before. Can you try and mimic it? It's hard
I'm
for
not
me
gonna
to
burp, but I'm gonna make the noise.
Yeah.
I've heard it 1,000 times in my life.
All right, let's hear it.
It's like he's burping and like trying to like make a little like noise, like this weird noise that's in there.
And there's that, and then there's another one that's like
Oh, hurt my
it's
throat.
it's like I don't know, it's kind of
It's
Yes, I have a very odd sounding burp on occasion.
Okay. What's your next one?
Quirky burp.
Quirky burpee.
My next one, I think everyone in this room will agree with. I don't know that you'll meet people more easily excitable than me. I get excited about very, very mundane things.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a lot of things get me fired up. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's being in corporate America. It kind of sucks the life out of you and you have to get excited about stuff.
No, but I respect that about you is that you still get excited because I think a lot of people go to corporate America and they lose that.
Yeah.
I think almost every kid gets excited about things like you do, but a lot of people lose that childlike joy.
Yes.
So
like if I'm going out for a round of golf with the boys, just even the night before, I'm like up late.
Oh yeah.
Can't sleep. Ready to go.
I know that we just snake drafted, but late addition to the game. Rachel, do you want to go?
Yes.
Do you have any?
I gotta think.
You
All
wanna
right.
help?
You can think.
You think
I'm doing a podcast right now, so I'll text you later.
Okay, I just thought it might be fun.
Podcast
Yeah.
right
Sorry. Okay.
You could also do mine for me. One of the ones you thought of, if you want. The one with the bumblebee. Whatever. I'm giving you a lot to think about. Next quirk of mine, one that Rachel thinks is just ridiculous. She can't stand it. It's this little thing. I love manually updating the apps on my phone.
What do you mean manually updating?
Like I'll go into the app store at least once a day, probably 3 times a day. I check it. Maybe more. And you go to the app store and I will click and
That's like what you do as like a busy work like board.
That's what he does while he's sitting down peeing.
it's just like a quick thing. It takes like 6, 7 seconds. Quick check. Cool. Update. Oh, that's fun. Sleeper League and Instagram both have app improvements today. Let's see what they're fixing.
Oh, you're such a dork.
Yeah, I think it's fun to see what they're fixing.
Yeah, I don't even think I would know how to. I mean, I'm sure I could intuitively do it, but I don't think I've ever even like gone to that like button on the app store.
And I'm glad you haven't because that's what makes it a quirk.
Makes it quirky.
Quirky.
All right, quirky.
Yeah. So Rachel has
Jake's
seen me
work,
do that
Jake's
once, and she was like, "What did I just see you do?" Like checking my apps, and she thought of that one. I was like, "What are some quirks of mine?" So
you pride yourself on being efficient.
Prides yourself on being efficient. Yeah.
So inefficient.
Yeah, that is very like inefficient. Yeah, it literally updates for you anytime you want it to. Like,
but how often does it update for you?
I have no idea because I don't care.
And I know
Okay.
it updates for me 3 times a day because I do it myself.
Okay. Good.
Fresh apps.
Get some more.
Back to you.
Okay, my next one, I get 2, I guess. Okay, one of them is that while I'm working really anywhere, but it's more of a problem when I'm at a coffee shop. Whenever I think as I'm typing, I look up and I look around the room.
Oh, yeah. Rachel has noticed this in me. And
you do that?
Yeah. Like even the other day, I mean, just a few nights ago, Rachel's like, I could tell you're drafting up a text. And that was exactly what I was doing. By the way, I was walking around the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like looking up and like, to the side.
Yeah. Like I'll be like working on my computer and I'll look up and every once in a while, accidentally, I'm not even like really looking at them, but I'm looking in the direction of somebody. So I just straight up like stare at somebody and make eye contact with them. Maybe I'm smizing
at him.
And yeah, had no idea. And so it's kind of this awkward, like zany thing.
Is that like a subtle flex on your typing ability? Like
I guess so, but it's genuinely like
orange plastic
and
covers.
it's the same thing with like on like conversation unit. Like,
is that Stevie Wonder over there?
Don't even need it. Don't even need it.
Stevie Wonder
Please play with home row.
Yeah. I mean, I do it when I talk sometimes too. Like sometimes it's hard for me to have the same kind of like mental capacity to think about things if I'm also staring at somebody in the eyes. Like what I'm doing right now. It's really hard for me. Like it'd be way easier for me if I looked up at the ceiling and like thought about it as I'm talking to you. So that's number 2 for me. Are you documenting?
That's already documented.
Okay, great. And then good. See, and I can listen just fine staring at you, but then like talking, it's really hard to stare at you. Like I'm uncomfortable right now. Okay. And number 3 for me is there's another one. I think I anytime I clap, if I'm voluntarily clapping, I always clap in odd numbered amounts of claps.
Oh yeah. I've heard this about you before. People talk.
Like, let's go. Like even at church the other day, like I clapped 19 times for somebody.
And you know it.
No, I don't like, it's not like a conscious thing, but then I can like, I have, that audio memory thing.
Yeah.
So I can literally like listen back, like
And
how many
know
claps did I do?
Yeah.
19.
Wait, what?
That's cool.
What is this superpower you have?
He got bit by something.
A cicada.
By cicada.
I'm not gonna tell you where. And no, I can just replay like sounds to an extent, like recent. Like if I just
So you just clapped for somebody, and then you thought about it, and you're like, I clapped 19 times. You're able to do that?
I think so. If I'm not too distracted by like 15 other things while I'm clapping, like it's not like I'm at the Royals game, like always, like like being able to be like, well, let me see, Michael A. Taylor, that was a 17 clapper, like
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes
Wow, it's kind of remarkable.
it's kind of quirky.
Kind of quirky.
So
Pretty
write that down.
quirky.
Odd clapper.
Clap in odd numbers is what I wrote down.
Thank you.
Mine is somewhat similar. I've really started to notice this, I think, when I got to college, and maybe I've mentioned on the podcast before, but constantly competing with myself, playing games with myself. Scott, if you just want to write down playing with myself. But one specific memory I have is like I would always like I was just like betting and wagering with myself. Like, all right, I need to walk to the library from my dorm. How many steps is it going to be? And I would try to see, it was like 621, and I would count. And I would walk, and if someone talked to me, I was like, dang it. So I'd have like, all right, 147. It's your area code mixed up. Hey, how's it going? And I would stop. And I would like, I hope they don't want to walk to class with me because I want to keep my steps going.
Oh, wow.
So stuff like that, or just like, I remember in a certain house I lived in Kansas City, there were 2 different ways to get there, which were like equidistant. I couldn't tell. And so I would keep a note in my phone and I would time myself. When I got to this mile marker, I would start the timer, and I did it time and time again until I got enough sample size, and I would like test and see which one was fastest.
Interesting.
So like always running like tests and doing games, and just like a lot of times it's subconscious. I'm not even aware of it. But yeah, just like always competing with myself over the just dumbest things. Like, all right, I'm microwaving this for 30 seconds. Can I get all the laundry out of the dryer onto my bed and back to the microwave before it ends?
It's amazing how long 30 seconds is, right?
When I sit down and pee,
golly, Scott,
in the morning. Just let him giggle.
Yeah.
Let him finish.
Melinda.
All right, Scott, what are your last 2?
I didn't mean that in any inappropriate way, for the record. I will press the 30-second button on my microwave, and I will go do so many things, and I'll come back and there's still like 13 seconds left. So really, it's amazing how long 17 seconds is, Scott.
You know what you can do in 13 seconds? Get in field goal position and beat the Buffalo Bills.
Darn right you can.
Woo! I would have loved if we were on the same page. We both just acted like we had no idea what Scott was talking about. Like, how long could we keep it going? 13.
Who?
No, we haven't played the Bills yet this season.
Yeah.
Chargers sound familiar.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the Chargers?
That would have been awesome.
Sorry, Jake.
But no, you are right. Sometimes time is interesting.
Time is interesting.
Sometimes I'll like fast forward a podcast, 50s, or I'll like go back. And this is hard to explain. Scott, what's yours?
This one I noticed on Sunday morning when I was getting ready for church. When I tie my tie.
You know how to tie?
I know how to tie.
Okay.
Yep.
Me too.
I sway back and forth.
Fun quirk.
I don't do this like in any other facet of getting ready.
Only during tie time.
When I tie my tie, I uncontrollably sway back and forth on my feet. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I've tried it, and if I stop, like I'll catch myself doing it, I'll stop, then I kind of like forget what the next step in tying my tie is.
Yeah. You only go single Windsor that day.
Yeah, it's a very rhythmic thing for me.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. I just let the muscle memory take over.
That's a good quirk.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Pretty quirky.
Quality quirk.
Pretty great quirk. A lot of great ties.
So
Windsor.
Are we going to do honorable mentions?
Double Windsor, bow. Yeah.
Rachel will be, or no, do you have some, Rachel? I have some. Oh, okay, cool.
We'll need you to get into a mic whenever you're ready to talk.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right now.
Rachel just said, you tell me when. It's your podcast.
Respectful of their podcast.
My podcast.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, now?
You want? Oh, he split it, so that's why I thought.
Yeah, no. Brad's podcast.
Okay.
Sorry, I do not like watching you guys fight like this.
Yeah.
Second fight alert.
That's our quirk. We like to fight in public.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I need like a vulnerable one like everybody's had?
I think that would
That'd be
great.
fun.
Okay.
A vulnerable.
My cousin and I figured this out in high school.
Sorry, I was imagining you being like, sometimes in the morning I'm not quite ready to sit, so I just stand up.
I've been laying for so long, I gotta stretch my legs out.
You gotta stretch out a little bit.
Your cousin?
My cousin and I remember us both like talking about this in high school and being like, wait, you do this too? You can pluck nose hairs in your car and it's efficient. It's like you're shaving in your car.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
So if
Just
you
bring a
ever-
tweezer.
If you ever see hairs in the car, it's her nose.
Nose
from her
hairs.
nose.
I can't believe you do that.
Oh,
After all
every
the,
now and then, once a month maybe.
all
when
the
I remember.
grief you give me for shaving in the
Not good
car.
right now. Look down.
Yeah, because I had that. That's one of my quirks. We talk about all the time, so I wasn't going to say it on the podcast. But yeah, big car shaver saves time.
That's so much more though.
Why shave other time when less time more efficient? You point that toward. Yeah. Okay, nose plug in the car.
Nose plug in the car.
Oh, hold on.
Cool.
Try it.
Try it.
I think you get 3. You get 3 right now.
Okay. I wrote them down. Oh, here's one. Sort of just keeping a seatbelt on, keeping a purse on,
Oh.
keeping a coat on for an extended period of time.
That is a good quirk. I'll notice. Yeah.
Say that
Rachel,
again.
She'll like keep like seatbelts on or a purse on. It's like we've been sitting down at Brad's house for 3 hours watching a Chiefs game. You don't need your purse on
I'm
anymore.
okay with it. I'm okay with that. like that.
I think I get a sense of security
There's-
from it.
there's security.
I've reflected on it. I think that's what it is.
No, that's great. It's definitely a quirk. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
Because yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah.
I feel like that's also kind of like the trend these days. Like kids wear the fanny packs.
Those wear
Yeah,
seatbelts to
as
school.
kids do.
That's good.
That's
Those kids.
Yeah, that's tough,
Yeah, that's
isn't it?
tough.
That's
Rach.
tough.
That's
Sorry, I'll stay
tough.
close to this.
Miss Coop is all stay fooling.
She's so
Isn't-
so
oh,
tough.
that was a good line last
that
year.
was like one of her kids said that about her.
Because it was April Fool's Day, and he showed up to school with his mom's shoes on, and so he was sort of freaking out about it. And I got a call from the office. It was just to send a kid down, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'll say his name was Z. It's like, Z, that was your mom. Like, she wants her shoes back. And so he was panicking. He was like looking out the window, like it was the worst day of his life. I only let it go on for like 30 seconds. I was like, just kidding. And then he was like, oh, Miss Coop, you stay fooling.
You stay
I love that.
Like, that is a
sentence.
compliment. Thank you.
You stay fooling. All right, what's your third one?
Okay, my third one is aged water. My dad will appreciate this.
Yeah.
Love this
It's good.
one.
Wait, did you
I
talk about
love
it
this.
at one point?
It was on the
The
Patreon video.
volleyball.
Oh,
I learned
yes,
about
yes, you were
aging
there.
your volleyball or
Yeah.
aging your water at volleyball.
So, aged water is you just fill a glass works best, not a plastic cup, a glass cup, and you put it in the fridge with your ice and your water.
No
Let it
cover?
No cover. You can have a cover, put a water bottle in there, but just let it sit for a few hours and the ice melts. Or if there's no ice, the water gets colder and it is crisp. It is delicious. Sure. I mean, if you can do it overnight, that's ideal. But
really?
yeah, let it really marinate. But it is good water. It
That's
is
ridiculous.
refreshing.
You're
No,
telling-
Isaac agrees with me.
You're telling me you could blind taste test aged water?
Yes.
And
Yes,
no,
That's
okay.
Patreon
Yes,
content.
definitely.
For sure.
It's so much better. It's just perfect temperature.
I'm gonna come over here in 2 weeks and like, Rachel, you get any painting done? She's like, no, but I can tell the difference in aged water or not. I've been practicing. I've been practicing on the
Got
sink.
a lot of deposits in the refrigerator.
Yeah, there's like 100 bottles in the fridge.
Yeah, they're all
Dates
labeled
on 'em, yeah.
A1, A2.
I don't hate it. Like back in the day, like my
Into your podcast, Mike.
I
Into your
don't hate
podcast.
it. I don't hate it. Like back in the day, my family, like we would just drink water bottles and like refill them and put them in the fridge and like overnight. Yeah, it was great. It was like, yeah, we didn't have like a case of water bottles. We just did that and it was not terrible. So I don't hate it, but I don't know if it's like, oh, you could taste that water's been around for a few days.
What about this?
Is it
Okay.
the temperature or the
Oh,
you think there's a
both.
different flavor?
I think
Because you need to try the Culligan if it's a temperature thing.
you're right. You're right. I think so. My family has well water, I believe, because they're in the country. So their water tastes so good in Iowa.
Straight from the
Gosh.
ground, baby.
So I think I'm used to the
wow.
good taste and the good temperature.
For some reason, I was anticipating well water being gross, but it's good.
I know you would think it is delicious.
No water tastes better than Olathe tap water.
Late
I'll
the
say
tap.
I'm gonna be honest. Something about your Olathe tap tasted funky to me. Maybe it was the
My
cups
house's
you used.
tap?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cups.
Let's be honest. Growing
Wow.
up, that's why I had so much Ovaltine.
No cap?
No cap.
Ovaltine is amazing.
Anyway, okay. So whose turn is it now? You got 3. You have 3.
I have 3, so I think honestly Rachel can just do 4 and we'll work our way back around.
Would you like to do 4 and then we can work our way back
Sure.
around?
Sure. Yeah, let's work our way back. My last one is I think I've
Into
done
the
this
mic, into the
ever
mic, into
since
the mic.
typing class, but like right there it says frameworks. If I read that like in church or in class or somewhere, I would like type it with my fingers.
Oh,
And it's really fun when it's like a multiple of 3. So that one wouldn't be fun. So Jake triplet, JAKETRIPLETT. That's fun to type.
You would
whoa.
spell it. You would do those kind of. at a time.
Yeah.
She's a weirdo.
I don't know why. The threes are nice.
Quirky.
What
Quirk
do I
alert.
even type for that? Typing in threes?
Type it.
Imaginary
Just
type.
like, yeah, like on my leg.
Imaginary type.
Good one. SEO.
Whoa.
Wow.
Imaginary typing in threes.
Yes.
Okay.
That bothers me so much that you only do 3 at a time. I'll go SCOTT and I'd be so much faster than you typing.
Well, no,
SEO,
normally typing on the
TTP.
computer, I'm going fast.
Okay.
But for my
Okay.
practice typing.
Gotcha. Practice typing. So you see this and you type that right here.
And actually, yeah, since there's a W, in my head, I'm saying the letters. So I wouldn't say W quick. I would say FRAME, duh, bull, U-O. Yeah.
Well, it's like a syllable thing.
She is.
Yeah, maybe it is.
She's strange, dude. There's
That's
something-
great. I
something-
love this. I love this schmore. This is my favorite schmore. Just like all the intricacies is so interesting.
I can't remember who I would have shared this with, if it was my dad or you or some
One and
old,
the same,
some
brother.
old ball and chain back
Yeah.
in the day. But I remember having an idea for a podcast, and I wanted to call it like the things we all do or something. Maybe it was just a solo podcast. And I was going to have different people on. I wanted to talk quirks and stuff because I'm such a big believer that we all do such
Yeah.
weird things. I'm not even going to get into what I do with power lines, but we all do like really weird things all the time in our heads. I mean, that's such a great example of just like, we're weird. Everybody's so weird.
Yes.
It's fascinating though.
I always think like I'm a weirdo by myself and I'm a pretty normal guy. Right? Like that's I think that like every time I'm laughing to myself while I'm driving, like I'm like seemingly very normal in public. There's some people out there that seem weird in public. What are they doing behind closed doors? Right?
Like when they get done at Chipotle in their pajama pants, what do they do in their car?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they? Yeah, exactly. So
Rachel,
Okay.
that's a good one. Who
great
knew?
job, Rachel.
THANKY. Period.
Oh, you.
Oh,
Oh,
you.
you messed it up.
Oh, you guys.
That was great. That was great.
Thank you.
All right. My last one that Rachel reminded me of is it's
Okay.
kind of like Scott's.
I think maybe it's Scott's turn. I don't know. Is it?
Sorry, I lost track of the order when we introduced a fourth person in the middle of it. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I don't know which.
This is a last minute thing I just thought of since we're on kind of the imaginary train. When I'm listening to music, I will like imaginarily play the piano of like the rhythm.
Oh, fun.
Like,
In threes or?
no, just how it goes. Or like, it's funny. I've noticed Sam will kind of do it too. Like we'll be holding hands in the car listening to a song
Hey-oh.
and we'll both kind of be like playing the song with our fingers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You,
kind of.
you flute it? You flout?
She does not.
Like, oh, I love this song. Peace up, A-Town down. That's great. All right. Okay, is it my turn or yeah, it's your turn.
You've already said 4, so
No, it's your
I
turn.
would think it would be my turn. Thank
I've
you.
only said 3.
Really?
Yeah, but you can be sarcastic all you want. It's fine.
You really only said 3.
As far as I can remember.
Yeah, you're
Scott?
right. You're right.
Yep.
You're right. My
You only
bad.
have 3.
My bad. Your podcast. Yeah, Rachel gave me this one. It's kind of similar to your like kind of excitable one, Scott. But Rachel has noticed and thankfully finds it to be a good quality. But she's noticed the reframing that I do so often and so like subconsciously and effortlessly. Like I think I've talked about before in the podcast. I am optimistic sometimes to a fault. And there was one time that Rachel thinks is so funny. Where were we at when this happened?
Andy's.
Oh yeah, we're outside Andy's and there was like a bee flying around and bothering all of us. And so I went to kill it and I missed it. And I mean, just instantly, I wasn't even trying to be funny. I was like, actually, that's probably good because it could have like fallen on my ice cream or like landed on like our leg or something like that. And Rachel started dying laughing. She's like, you can't help it, can you? You just can't help but like everything is good.
Just frame
Everything
it.
is positive. Like that was actually, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't get that.
There's like a bee shortage. You know, they're going extinct. And if we kill that thing,
yeah, so it is. I think it's a
Who's
quirk
gonna
because
pollinate?
it feels like something I have to do. It doesn't feel. It feels like a.
you can't help
like
it.
it's like compulsive. You know,
Yeah.
it feels like I'm compelled to like do this thing where it's like, that's actually good. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
this whole 1-car garage thing. That's actually fun because now I have an opportunity to serve Rachel and I can like scrape her windshield when it snows out.
There you go.
How fun is that?
That's awesome. That's what everyone wants.
Yeah. So
Okay.
back to you.
Okay. I think my last one is going to be something I hope that you guys relate to this. But I still do it to this day. I don't know. I think we probably all went through a similar phase. Maybe I'm wrong. But back in the day, great video game that we all played, hopefully. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Still to this day, anytime I see something like basically any flat surface that has an edge on it, I think to myself, like I would, if this were in Tony Hawk, I would grind on that.
Dude, this is kind of my power lines thing.
Scott.
This is kind of my power lines thing. I imagine myself, if I'm not driving, if I'm in the passenger seat, anywhere in a car, if I'm, a passenger, I will look at like, it's hard to explain what goes on in my head, but it's like, I'm trying to shoot lines out of my feet horizontally to match they would hit like, so I will like
kind of like SSX tricky or like
well, hold on, there's two things.
Okay,
one,
sorry.
it's like I'm trying to like hit like a bass pedal with my left foot, and that will shoot a line out to the right to trying to hit the power line at the base of it at the right time. But also, if I have a view of the power lines, I'm imagining I'm grinding the side of it, and I'm like watching to see like how I would grind the power lines.
Oh, okay.
Can't help it.
No, I love it, dude.
Yeah. Little honorable mensch.
Do you know what Tony Hawk? Yeah, Rachel's too young for this. Like, so Tony Hawk is a video game, like a skateboarding video game, and grinding is just basically when you like make your skateboard jump up and you take the edge of it and you just like would run it across this table right here. Okay. You could grind so many different things in this room. I'm talking this windowsill right here, Those two things right there.
Fan blade.
Oh, grindable.
Brad's hair.
Grindable.
Door. Grind.
Maybe for like a 0.2 seconds. This thing right here. Grindable.
Boom. Grind.
Yeah, grind on all of it. So, yeah.
My arm. Grind.
I still do it though. Like
that is random.
It has never gone away. I just think I still think about it. So
yeah.
Yep.
Really, really relate to that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So those are our s'mores. Scott, you want to, or do you have, no, we all
Want me
know.
to recap?
Yeah. Recap for us.
Okay, Brad. War dog laughed to himself in the car. Look around the room while typing. Clap in odd numbers. Imaginary skateboard grinding on flat surfaces with an edge.
It's very shorthanded to the last one.
Yeah.
Jake, peeing sitting down in the morning.
Oh, I did say that, didn't I?
Manually updating apps on phone. Playing with himself. Optimistic to a fault.
Thank you.
What did playing with himself actually?
It's the games
playing
and the
games.
wagers
Yeah.
with myself.
Oh, yeah.
Little competitions.
Okay.
Scott, peculiar sounding burps. Easily excitable. Swaying while tying my tie. Playing songs on imaginary piano while listening to them.
Okay.
Good.
Rachel, nose pluck in the car. Keeping a purse on longer than needed. Aged water. Imaginary typing in sequences of 3.
That's good.
Those are good quirks.
You guys got any honorable mensch?
At a moment's notice. Another one Rachel gave me, a big car sitter. You know this about me.
Yes.
Yeah. Get somewhere, not in a hurry.
Oh my
Sit in
gosh.
that thing.
It's
Get
like we
home.
left at the same time. Where is Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been outside for 25 minutes. Probably updating like his apps. I'm so efficient. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a rather inefficient part of my day. But
famous ones of yours for me are, well, I've been pointing out lately the if you guys notice in the jean shorts now, and I think it's turning into real life, Jake is starting to do the pinky point.
I've been pointing with the pink.
Is that like an Elvis thing? Like
my boy?
Maybe?
I don't know if that's a quirk of Rachel's. It's just kind of this funny ongoing thing. In the movie Elvis, Scott, you'll appreciate this. The Colonel always refers to Elvis as my boy. And unfortunately, Rachel has started referring to me as my boy all the time in like the Colonel's like Dutch accent.
Yeah.
She'll always do
you
that.
say it in the accent?
Yeah, she does.
Can you
Not
say
really. His accent is so weird. He's like,
my boy?
So
That is my boy.
honorable mention
If you-
for Rachel.
Yeah, if you look at jean shorts videos though, Jake, often he'll go, huh? No, and he'll do the pinky point.
I've never noticed that.
Also, Jake does the tongue wag. Or yeah.
Is that still happening?
Oh yeah, having right now.
I was doing that on purpose.
But like so many times this episode, I've noticed it.
Yeah.
It's like instead of saying just a quick.
Yeah, I was really bummed when I saw the special come out. I was like, "Woo, I'm getting after it with the tongue." Had no idea.
Oh really?
I think it's a replacement,
Yeah, which is
which is probably better.
way better.
Yeah,
It's kind of. I mean, it's kind of tongue wag swag.
it's kind of hot.
My boy. Okay. My honorable mentions. I've talked about it before, but drinking water before I go to bed because it feels so good to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and then have like 4 hours
That
left
one's
to sleep.
so weird.
You get it a little
no, I
bit?
get it, yeah.
Like, you know what it feels like to wake up and then like be like, I have so much more time to sleep. Great feeling.
A fleeting feeling.
Also talked about this one on the podcast, I think, but I have to match my, like if I'm wearing like a shirt and shorts to bed, like they're not like pajamas, but I have to make sure they match. I can't
Yeah.
wear like a
I'm with you
lime
there.
green shirt and like red shorts or
Yeah,
something like
I'm
that.
with you there
Oh,
for sure.
yeah. I'd be just fine. In
Wouldn't
fact, I'd
even-
be just fine until age 28 doing that.
Just out in public.
In public, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh, short steps. You know me, I like to do my short steps. I do that voice that's the character Lucky where I'm like, oh, was
Yeah.
das. Sometimes I do that by myself. Like,
Okay.
and then Catherine says I do this, like I roll my fingers a lot, like when I'm just, whatever.
Show the camera. If you're going to do it. Oh, yeah.
And then this one as well, like sometimes when I'm really tired and I'm in bed, I'll stretch out my legs and like basically look like I'm having like a seizure with my legs. So it's
I
like,
do that when I stretch sometimes
Yeah.
in a seat.
and Catherine hates it. Like, I'll just be like,
That's fun.
Somebody's gonna do something with that video.
Thurbush is
Thurbush is
gonna
gonna have a field day with that clip.
Andrew, be nice.
I do that. I love stretching in a seat and doing it like with the arms. Like you ever
Yeah.
go back, you like lose motor control. I remember in class when I dropped my
Yes.
pencil. Oh, it feels good.
for just a second. Yeah.
The legs is way
You ever
funnier.
do like a high pitched noise when you do that? I'll sometimes produce a high pitched noise when I stretch like that.
Yeah, maybe. I think I've done that from time to time. Yeah. All right, that's obnoxious.
You don't do that.
That's
I
absurd.
do. Ask my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I also wrote down, speaking of noises, I say I say that it's out of control.
Dude, that rubbed
The
off on me a
grunts.
little bit. Yeah.
Like every time I get in the car, out of the car, hey.
Yeah, taking an and one all the time.
I actually put that
Palmer-
in my comedy special. That and like the involuntary grunting
Yeah.
with all that stuff.
I have
Yeah.
Palmer doing that like crazy. She loves that.
You got,
Gosh.
you got any honorable mention?
Yeah, I
Funny
got a few
episode.
honorable mensch. And I noticed I felt kind of stupid. I was watching the Jean Shorts Socially Unaware People, and it came across the drummer, the tapper.
Oh.
I do specifically reggaeton beats only.
Boom, boom, boom,
Just like if I'm just
You
kind of
say
hanging out.
reggaeton beats, like there's multiple like different beats.
Yeah, what do you mean by-
Reggaeton beat. Well, no,
Thank
there's
you.
multiple because you can do it faster.
Oh,
be like,
that's
way
not
different.
multiple. That's not multiple.
way different.
Like kind of like that.
That's the same beat.
I will reggaeton drum.
okay.
So that's one thing.
Mhm.
I can identify most cars by their headlights or
Oh,
taillights.
Brad talked about this today with Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought we could have a whole video of like, you give me one headlight, I think I could.
Yeah, Brad was like,
headlight. That was a good song.
he's like, I'm not saying this is a video, but I'm saying this could spur on some brainstorming.
Yeah.
I can identify headlights.
And Jake's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Do you remember when
You
I
guys
was
pee standing up?
So yeah, I can identify most cars.
Why
by
do you think that
headlights.
is? I kind of diagnosed it myself today.
I just think while driving, it's just something I notice, something I pay attention
And
to.
But do you know why?
Mhm. Doesn't sound like the same answer.
Yeah, kind of though.
When I was a kid, I used to try to replicate. I used to turn like the back of a car into a face. Like the
Oh, that's
taillights would
different
be
than
the
me.
eyes, and the license plate would be kind of like buck teeth. And so I try to recreate what a car looks like on my face.
That's not. Is that what I said?
That should be in the top 4, probably. Buck teeth was wild.
My thought for why I recognize all the headlights is because I used to always be so scared of cops, like because I was like I thought I was
Oh.
going to be speeding, so I was always looking. Is that a cop? Is that a cop?
Scared of the fuzz.
Yep.
My last one is I, in general, have a terrible memory, like really bad memory, but I can remember just about every sports moment.
Yeah,
that I
scores
want.
and numbers.
you guys know that, like
Yeah.
Scotty scoreboard. I remember
Like technically, they had 18
They had
total
18
points.
what
points.
and like if somebody asked me about a round of golf, I can tell you like literally every single shot that I had.
Wow.
that
You are
day.
uncanny at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but otherwise I have a horrible memory. So
That's okay.
It's good.
Good s'mores.
Good s'mores, everyone.
That was a
fun.
good one.
Rachel, thanks for joining. Thanks for still being here. It is
12:10.
what military time is it right now? Oh,
10.
011.
is it just 10
It's just-
hours?
It's just 10. 10.
011.
11 hours.
What? You think it's 11?
Oh, now it's 12:11. I just looked. It was 12:10.
Well, I know, but you're wrong. It's 011. I don't know.
I never served.
Yeah,
I was
just
never a nurse.
never a chaplain.
That's when you need to know. Once again, that's not something that's supposed to be like crazy funny. I'm just referencing people that use military time.
I like that joke. I like that trick. Because then he's going to get frustrated at that. I'm like, I wasn't even trying
It
that
didn't
hard.
be that funny.
Like, it was just like a stupid little thing.
I'll say first impressions. I like it a lot more when Rachel does it. Okay, this is pretty funny. This is pretty good now. Okay, it's funny. You're funny. Stop. That was, oh my gosh. That was a buildup.
Was that uncomfortable for you? Rachel, you uncomfortable? Oh, it's uncomfortable. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's wrap this up. Brad, review of the week.
Yes, mine's coming from Haley Corinne, 5 stars. Do you see the whole title on yours? It just says re-download the podcast's
App just for this review.
Awesome. If you haven't listened to the Ghostrunners pod yet and you've made your way to the reviews to see if it's worth listening to, this is your sign to give it a listen. Your Mondays will get a whole lot better. Lastly, let me be the first to welcome you to the Ghosty fam. Thank you, Haley. Oh, I got kind of like a headache after that laughing thing.
Why? What happened?
I
feel like there wasn't a lot of breathing.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Similar.
I can't get this to work. So, Brad, what is my review of the week?
Your review of the week is coming from Knitting Fanatic 207.
Thank you.
The best knitting podcast out there.
Aw.
My favorite podcast on knitting. The way they tell terrifying ghost stories mixed with motivational running tips, but then bring it back to make you just the best knitter you could possibly be is just incredible. Seriously though, Jake and Brad, thank you so much. I'm 10 episodes until I'm caught up.
Cool.
It's pretty heartbreaking. I appreciate the laughs, but also the godly example y'all are to everyone who listens. I honestly hope that once I bag my dough, I can have a relationship that honors God the way y'all's relationship with your babes of the week does. Keep it up. Your South Carolina correspondent will always be cheering you on. Ooh.
Wow, I picked a good review.
Yeah, that was a great review.
That was a good one. Thank you, Miss Knitting Fanatic. All right, Brad, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
Oh, yeah. This one's coming from our guy, Alden Cronin.
Alden Cronin.
Sorry, I guess, sent you a...
I got an instrumental here.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
No.
Hey. Rachel, you ever been here for one of these?
Oh, sure.
It's about to get loud.
I don't know. This one's a pretty chill one.
All right, here we go.
Some people call me...
Great job, Brad. Everyone at home, clap.
Give me odd claps. Give me odd claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
All right. Oh, good job, Brad.
Thank you to Alden Cronin.
Alden. Great job. Was that his first jingle written?
No, I think he's got a few under his belt.
Yeah, in his arsenal.
Yeah.
Good job, Alden. Thank you for writing that. Good job, as always, Brad, performing it. In the middle of that, I was reminded, Rachel told me today that she listened to us last week. I don't know if other people listened to us. We said, hey, it's Tuesday. You have to do something nice on Tuesday.
Yes.
She said she sent someone $5 for coffee.
Awesome.
I totally forgot to do something. So,
Me too.
Legally, we now kind of have 2 is 1.
Legally.
But not yet.
In some states.
So, reminder, if you didn't do anything nice for someone last week, this Tuesday, be encouraged.
Do 2 things nice.
Just a nice little tiny gesture.
Something.
Write someone
tiny
a note.
gesture. Just a little joke.
Send them like a joker from a card. Like, hey, a little gesture. Little gesture.
That's like an Amelia Bedelia line. Like, you remember Amelia Bedelia? The book?
Yeah, I never read them.
It was stuff like that where they just like go hang like
her name's Lucille. Oh, but there's like a
yeah,
seal out in the ocean.
I'm trying to remember like what would they do with the bulbs?
Those are the seals.
They would do something with the bulbs on the, like they was talking about like gardening bulbs, like the radishes or something.
Yeah.
And she would take the light bulbs and go put them outside or something. Like just give a small gesture to somebody else and you just give a little small gesture. Rachel, what have you started? She's loving it. She's like, oh.
It really is. I love it every time she does it, even though it's like, well, that's the exact reaction, but that is pretty funny. It was well timed.
Oh man.
It's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Good episode. Scott, thanks for being here. Rachel, good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Everyone vote on the s'mores in the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group if you haven't. Brad, anything else we need to tell them?
October 1st, McLean's, get there if you want to come see some cutting boards in action.
Yeah.
And by in action, I mean they're going to be just sitting there for the purchasing. Great coffee, great community of food. And also my friend Sophie, Peter's wife, will also be selling awesome things there.
How about that?
So you don't have to support me. Support her.
Sophie
She makes
sell?
Oh, dude, she's like a really good artist. She like does all sorts of different prints and everything. Yeah.
See his paint job?
Watercolor.
Sophie.
Oh, yeah. She would dominate this paint.
If you live in Huntsville, Alabama, then I already performed there and you missed it. But if you live in Orlando, I'm coming there this weekend.
The dough. The dirty dough. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah,
Go Magic.
Yeah.
All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Support us on Cameo if you want us to say something funny to you.
Yeah, I've had a lot of cameos come through. I think the last thing I asked is just, please someone tell me that you also pee sitting down. Just one other person.
One other man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good episode. See you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Ghostrunners podcast. Everybody